Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Friday night. I hope you all have a good weekend. Right, so let's talk Doctor Who first. A lot of you have been asking in the chat, and I've been watching the chat quite closely. And you're talking about the latest rumors that are flying about. Um, all I can say is this: I am not going to comment on any rumors right now because, as always, when something like this comes out, I always like to consult with the sources. So until I get any information, I'm not going to comment on any information that has been put out there because it'd be unfair to actually throw out information out there if I didn't know 100% that the information that I'm putting out there is verified by multiple sources. And as far as I can see, there's only one source talking about this. All the usual suspects don't seem to be talking about it. So we will just have to wait and see. Also, I just want to address last night. So last night, you will probably see I put up a video, and it was now before anybody has a go at me, because I know always there when the video goes up in the comments, people are saying I'm always making assumptions about pro Jodie fans. Well, this was a pro Jodie fan because I had blocked this person in the past. Okay, so you've all seen the video where they tried to do some fanfic, and basically they thought it was going to be an insult towards me. If you're going to try and insult me, you have to do a lot better than that. It was actually pathetic. It was also disgusting. Um, when I showed Cheryl, actually, she started laughing. That's the reaction I had when I was actually reading it out to her. I actually thought it was quite funny, but not funny because it was funny. It was funny because it was badly written, and this person actually thought it was an insult, and it wasn't. That's the funny thing. But that person's account now is after being suspended on Twitter. So well done, guys, because people did actually react to it because the video's gotten over 264 views already. Um, so as you all know, another thing, I was supposed to have a guest on tonight. Now, this guest was supposed to come on and talk about um, all the speculation and rumor. They obviously probably would have addressed the latest rumors that are coming out, but unfortunately, they couldn't come on live, so we had arranged then to do a pre-record. But they were out on business today. They told me that they were actually busy today. But they would be back. It was supposed to be scheduled for 6, and then they said, "Can they do it for 8?" And then 8 o'clock came, and there was no word. So I'm assuming that it's probably work related and delayed. So we will reorganize. Now, I want to give another channel a shout out on this channel. You know, I do that quite a lot on this channel. I have no problem promoting. So you have probably seen a new YouTube channel that has popped up called Talk Their Doctor. Now, if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do. This channel, that channel, and this channel have basically they've got identical basically information, right? We've been bouncing off each other and stuff. So do follow them, give them a sub, because they also deal in the Series 12 rumor mill, and you will get basically their thoughts on it and what they think of the latest rumors. So I'm sorry that there's no guest tonight. So I was kind of hitting back with Cheryl, back and forward, thinking, what should I do to make up for it? So I suppose the only thing that I can actually do to make up for it is basically have the phone in tonight. So if anybody wants to phone in, even though, it's supposed to be Mondays, obviously because there's no guest and I feel a bit bad. And I did try get someone else on. I asked around, but everybody, obviously it's a Friday night, and I have to remember that as well. It is a Friday night, and people do be busy. It's just me. I've no life, so basically, I'm just here talking to all yous, you know. So, yeah, well, so they all say. But no. So I'll open up the phone lines. Okay. So if anybody wants to come on and have a bit of a chat about Doctor Who or whatever you want to talk about, this is not exclusively just for Doctor Who tonight. If you want to talk anything you want to talk about, any movies that are coming out that you would like to talk about, for example, the second Joker trailer dropped. What did you think of that? If there's any fans or if there's anybody that actually is interested in the Joker movie, you can let me know. What else? The Terminator Dark Fate second trailer that dropped. I had a look at that myself. If anybody actually wants to talk about that too, they can come on and talk about that. And obviously, as this is a Doctor Who channel, if you want to talk about Doctor Who, that is absolutely fine. So I'll do what I normally do on this channel. I will give a quick shout out to everybody that is watching. So we've got the usual suspects in Rocket Runner, Geek Named Joel, Yvette. We've got Gary here as well, Stephen Cassidy. David is here as well. Welcome, David. Unknown 289. Marty is here. Battle of 66. Obviously, Cheryl, the wife, is here. Hello, love. Love you. Mwah. Rocket Runner. Renee is here as well. Bull is here. Who else have we got? We got Super John, Tardis, the Last Time Lord. Lindsay is also here. Craig is here. Who else am I missing? I'm just going down. Daniel is here as well. Welcome, Daniel. Dane is here as well. Jack is here. Marty is here. I think I met the Dr. AC is here. Stuart is here as well. Crusader, Super John, Jamie, and Alnoider is here as well. And John Guggen. And if I've missed anybody, just let me know that you just type in and let me know that you are here, and I will give you a shout out. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I was really looking forward to the guest coming on, and obviously it's not happened. So I'm kind of I had it all planned out. So this is going to be kind of just off the cuff, and I don't mind because that's the way we normally do it anyway. So far I'm counting call-in volunteers for Marty, Yvette, the Last Time Lord. Have I missed anyone? Yeah, if anybody does want to call in and you are following me, and Thomas is here as well. Sorry about that, Thomas. I did see your name there earlier on, but it was way up the chat. I do apologize for that. Welcome on board. Right. We might have Dan on as well tonight, babe. Okay. Peter Davison. Peter Davison here too. Good morning, Peter Davison, all the way from Australia, by the way, folks. Actually, let me know in the comments where you are all from. It'd be very interesting to see where most of my viewers are actually watching from tonight. I know I've got a few from the UK and a couple from Ireland. Anybody further than Australia? Right, I'm just checking the messages here because I know there's people. I've got them. I'm just gonna. What I'll do is I will bring them on. You could just let me know who it is then, so I can get them ready then for the next one. We let them know in the comments. I'm going to order volunteer. What? I put the order volunteer. Marty. Right, I'll have a look now. So. Oh yeah, so we've got Marty, Yvette, the Last Time Lord. And I know Chuckzilla is going to be in the chat at some stage. I'll just let him know that we're on, just in case he's forgotten. Um, right. So let me see. So Paul Kelly says, "What is your favorite Doctor One from Classic Who and one from New Who? Who's my favorite Doctor from Classic Who? Oh, well, I used to just be out straight and like say Tom Baker without hesitation, but I've been watching Pertwee's era again, and I would have to say he's probably on the same level. I know people probably disagree with that, but for New Who, there's only one clear winner for me, and that's Peter Capaldi. Great Doctor. Um, Lights turned on tonight. Yeah, it's a bit dark. It's we're coming into the winter now in Ireland when it starts getting dark. Is Tardis not around for a chat, or I think Yvette would be good for a chat? Yvette is going to be coming on. Yeah, I will get Yvette on. Yvette is our resident scientist. um, so we got people from Sheffield, Southern California. Where am I from? Woodworm Scrubs says Stephen Cassidy. Somebody is probably watching from Mars, says Bad Wolf 66. Someone Bull says living in Chicago land. We got Philadelphia, London, Crusaders from Philadelphia, the last Time Lords from London. Geek named Joel says England. I said Southern California, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, we've got someone from Huddersfield and Sheffield. Oh, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, Jamie, living in Huddersfield. You're going to be forever associated. Huddersfield and Jodie Whittaker. Oh. I think I seen someone say they're from Ireland. No, they actually lived in the Republic of Ireland. No, Republic of Ireland, Republic. So Brexit doesn't really screw us over. Well, we won't get into that. Rotherham. Where else have we got? I'm from Central Washington, says Deru 56. Hello, nice to have you on board. Rocket Runner, I'm at Greystones. So if you're trying to find out where she's from Greystones. The AC Doctor, Shrewsbury. I've just gone back to Rocket Runner. I'm at Greystones. I don't think she's into raccoons. The Last Time Lord, and William Hartnell was born in my area. Bad Wolf 66 says 42 watching this stream is dank. Stephen Cassidy says Classic Who, Mad Tom, New Who, Matt Smith. Stuart says, yeah, my wife's family still lives in Waterford. Yeah, Waterford's not bad. Waterford Crystal. They're famous for their crystal. I don't think Waterford Crystal even exists anymore. I think it does, but no. Big Finish news. Harry Sullivan short trip in the door. Yeah, I put videos up of the Harry Sullivan one. As you know, I said I'd be concentrating on a bit more Big Finish articles and putting them up on the channel, because Big Finish does deserve fans' attention. Especially the way this era is gone. We Big Finish is still throwing out some good quality. Daniel says East Kilbride, which is 30 minutes outside Glasgow. And Unknown289 says 18 likes and 0 dislikes. Yeah, don't worry about that. That'll soon change. There's always two Muppets. And it's only two. Well, all depends on the subject, but mostly it's two. I did notice that last night, but they'll probably do it now because I mentioned it. But I did notice last night when I put the video up about the fanfic, the guy that tried to go after me. And normally I do put the person's name up because I don't really give a crap and I'll expose them. But the reason why I didn't was because the last time I did that, just remember, a video got taken down. So even though their identity got protected on YouTube, and I didn't protect their identity on Twitter. I didn't give a crap. Twitter doesn't give a crap either, but their account got suspended. I mean, there's no, look, if you have a problem with someone for not liking Series 11, that's fine, right? It's just like I don't like people that actually support this era, right? We both have every right to do that. But when you start going doing nasty little things like that, and you cross the line. No, I've never crossed the line, right? I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't went after people that have went after me. I have. That's what I do, and I'm not going to ever change, right? I've just learned now that not everybody, that I only go after people that go after other people, not just me. They're going at, and they're talking crap about me as well, right? And there's a few YouTubers out there that want to talk crap about me, right? And you all know who I'm talking about, right? The guy's been silent for the last couple of days anyway, but he'll probably pop up with a video. Don't be surprised if he pops up with a video tonight, by the way, because every time I do a video, he pops up one. So that's his MO. And I see Dan is here with us as well in the chat. Evening zoners. I love that. Thank you very much and welcome on board. What do we use to actually get talking to Noel? Haha. Use add me on Twitter. Add me on Messenger. It's Noel Glynn on Messenger, and the profile picture is a Manchester United crest, so you can't miss it. And if you add me on that, I will add you on and you can come on and have a chat. So, yeah. So, like, again, it was a pathetic attempt, but this is the kind of stuff that you have to deal with. And the reason why I put that video up last night is because from now on, that's what I'm going to do, right? I've already asked a couple of people on Twitter if there's any more said about me on Twitter or any other YouTubers out there, send them to me, because people need to be made aware in this fandom the way that this other side of the fandom act, right? For too long, we've had to put up with their abuse, all right? And it's about time it gets exposed. And this is what this channel always did originally anyway. Before I start doing these live streams, you have seen me videos in the past, right? I always do it. It's always been me thing. I don't like the way that side of the fandom act. They call us the toxic ones, but yet they're the ones that keep coming at us. Do you know what I mean? Then when we defend ourselves, then us are being the toxic ones and we should get out of the fan base. In all fairness, they're the ones that actually need to go. And there is a clear out happening right now, because accounts like that are getting suspended, right? Because people now on this side have had enough, right? And they're not going to put up with it anymore. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I did the video. That's why I put it up. And it has shocked a lot of people. And you know what? That's what I wanted to do. I wasn't going to cover up any of the words. I was going to put it out there in the full form that you seen it in, right? And then you seen the little fanfic that he tried to do right at the end where he talks about Daleks and all that. Disgusting. Disgusting crap. This fan base, that side of the fan base, and it's not all of them, right? It's not all of them. There's a small minority in this fan base that are sick, right? And they need to be weeded out of this fan base, right? And that behavior towards me or anybody that I know is uncalled for. Yeah. So, and do you know what? It doesn't help, because when you have other YouTubers attacking me, right, and actually, not calling me out straight out, but actually mentioning an Irish man and everybody knows who they're talking about, right? That doesn't help either. What you're doing there is you're inciting hate towards me. Those people, then your supporters, are coming on then and harassing me. All right, it's not on, and you should actually have more cop on. You're older than me, so you should have more experience. You should know these things. It's actually ridiculous. And Dan said it there. I saw that video. Borderline harassment there, mate. Especially if they name you. Exactly. My name was mentioned for all their people to see. And you know what? I don't. People were probably say to me, "Well, why did you post it up?" Because I want to highlight. I know it's talking about me. I'm not embarrassed about it. I don't care what they say about me. They can say whatever they want about me, right? It doesn't bother me. I was laughing when I read it to the wife. We were laughing. Both of us were laughing. If you're going to insult me, at least try. Jesus Christ, I could do one video and destroy him in one video. Trust me. I've done it before with other people that have came at me. I've destroyed them with one video. I've had to take them down afterwards, but I have done it. That's it, John. Report these accounts. That's all. That get them banned. Exactly. And that sort of fanfic anyway has been banned out of this fandom anyway. It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting. And I've actually seen some of that art as well, which is actually basically porn. It's ridiculous. It's actually disgusting. There's no room for that sort of stuff in this fandom whatsoever. I'm sorry. I know in other fandoms they kind of do that sexualized characters and all that, and they put them in raunchy positions and all. But this is Doctor Who. This is a family bloody TV show. All right. You leave that shit for the adult bloody programs, right? The adult cartoons, right? Then if you want to do your fanfic bleeding art, then go ahead. Like there's Rick and Morty fanfic out there that I have no problem with because Rick and Morty is an adult cartoon for adults. If any kids are watching it, that's bad parenting right there. Well, this is what they do. Sure, they're still trying to push this whole agenda is shipping Yaz and the Doctor. And then I seen the picture. I think it was actually on was it on Type Over 40? I think I might have seen it on Type Over 40, or it was definitely in some other group. I don't know. But it was a picture of Jodie Whittaker. It was obviously photoshopped and Rose Tyler, but it's like looking right into our eyes, like as if they're about to kiss each other. It's like these fans are so determined to ship these two characters, right? Or ship the Doctor with any female character just so they can have their lesbian Doctor, right? Look, everybody knows that the Doctor Who fandom has no problem, right, with stories being told that include LGBT characters, right? The problem that we have is is that when it's just done for a specific agenda or ideology, just to please a small minority. And remember, this is a family show, right? So how is it okay for them to ship the Doctor with a female? Would they do the same with if the Doctor was male with a male character? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's a double standard there. I don't think it'd be acceptable if it was two men, and that's not me. That's just the way TV. I don't think in a family show that would be acceptable. So why is it acceptable for two women? Do you know what I mean? If it's unacceptable for one, it should be unacceptable for the other. Do you know what I mean? Where's the balance? John White says shipping can't stop people having sexual fantasies, but should never be mainstream fandom and never encouraged by BBC Radio Times. I agree. Stephen Griffith says, hello, people. Yo, Noel, not in the bat tonight. Cheryl, so no worries about getting my equipment wet. Hope everyone is well. We are, Stephen, and welcome aboard. Leland says, actually, Noel, a while back, some fans were producing weird art involving the Doctor and Sims Master. Yeah, I know. Sick of the alphabet mod. I know it's getting mob. It's getting ridiculous now. There's what There's 10 letters now, I think it is. LBG. It's, hold on, it's LBGTQ. I think there's a couple of I's in there, a couple of A's, isn't there? Yeah. And something else. And Teddy wants to join the live stream because you can hear him crying. Come here. Now, it's all about you, isn't it? Oh, look at me. I'm an attention-seeking doggy. Right, but getting back to me point anyway. Nerdaholic says, evening, what's occurring now? Congrats again for breaking the 500 sub, mate. Well deserved. Thanks very much, lads, and welcome. And I hope you are doing well. You are probably having a few drinks. If you're having a few drinks, this stream will be even funnier. Yeah. There's Dan saying, Teddy, everybody loves you. What's the story here? I'm getting overshadowed by a dog. Would you like to talk to Ted? She want me to leave, and I'll leave Ted as the host. What did you write? If you are drinking, be sure to take a shot of whatever Noel says, actually. Oh, the actually, yeah. Apparently, I say actually a lot. So, Cheryl's come up with a new game. If I say the word actually, everybody's to take a shot. At that stage, a 3-hour live stream, you'd be all getting rushed to hospital with alcohol poisoning. So, like, I'd advise you not to do it. Ted is the star, LOL. Okay. Right, well, what I'll do is, because a few of you are obviously waiting to come on, so I'll start getting a few of you on. So we will start. I've got me message from Marty. So Marty, I'll get you on in a few minutes, mate. Right? I'll just reply to you there. So I'll give you a thumbs up there, just to let you. So it lets me know that I can add you now. And we got the thumbs up back off you, so that's great. Nice. And we've got Dan. So we'll get a resident scientist on first. What do you think? We'll start off. Oh, Marty. Okay. I suppose that's true. Right, Marty, I'm about to get you on, mate. So we'll get this rolling. Hold on now. I want to make sure that the phone is close to this speaker now. Now let me know if you can hear him. Okay. And we'll get this going now. The first call of the night.
Hello, Noel.
Hello, Marty. How are you?
Not so bad. What about yourself?
I'm grand. I'm doing all right. You know me.
Do you know something? I never thought I would meet a Doctor Who support GA fan in all my life. I thought it was the only one in Ireland that talks like that.
All right, come here. I found out there was a few more Whovians living in Ireland when the 50th anniversary actually came about, and they were showing it in Irish cinemas. Like, there was loads.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, like, I always thought, like, especially around County Tyrone, I know nobody that even likes it. I mean, my family don't even watch the show, and every time they come in and see me watching it, they turn on their heels and go right back out the door because they think, "What the hell is he watching?" Like, you know, I've been watching it for that long, and I've grown up with the show, like, you know, and you try to explain that to the family, but you might as well talk to a brick wall, like. Yeah,
I know. Do you know what the funny thing is that you say that? My two brothers used to be exactly like that, and now they're just as big fans as just as much as I am now. Now, in saying that, now they haven't actually seen Series 11, so I don't know how they'd feel about that. Now, I haven't asked them.
They're lucky if they didn't see it, in my opinion.
Yeah. What did you think of Series 11 anyway?
Do you know something, Noel? I was before the whole thing started. I was looking forward to it. I heard Chibnall was coming in, and I thought, great. Chibnall's coming in, Broadchurch was great. I thought we're getting somewhere here. And then I remember the day Jodie was announced, and I was actually a few drinks away. I was actually watching Tyrone match, and Jodie was announced, and I thought, there's no way a woman could be the Doctor. No way. And it's not because I didn't want a woman to be the Doctor. I just thought to myself, have I had too many drinks here? Am I reading this right? Is it actually going to be? Is it actually going to be a woman? But anyway, she was in, and I sort of researched or watched the Black Mirror episode she was in, and I thought she's all right. But I suppose when she at the end of Twice Upon a Time, when she comes in, I think, right, I'll wait then. So watched Twice Upon a Time, seen the end of it, and I thought, right, maybe I'll see what happens here. So followed the filming pictures, followed the cast. I thought Bradley Walsh. I thought things were getting better, and we got the whole way up to the start of Series 11, The Woman Who Fell to Earth. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you here, she won me over. The first episode, she did win me over. And I thought, right, perfect. You see at the end of episode 10, when the title started rolling, I thought, what the hell has happened? What the hell has happened? I don't know if, what I think the reason I'm starting to think of myself was why I liked it at the start was because we were nearly waiting the guts of a year for another series, and I suppose when you wait for it that long and you see it, you sort of enjoy it the first time you see it. When you go back watching it again, you only realise what's wrong with it. And but no, I didn't. I could have been a lot better. I could have been a lot better written. Yeah. I think it's a bit of a Chibnall's a bit of a hypocrite for going on TV was 30 years ago and rearing up on Pip and Jane Baker, only for him to write something that it wouldn't be far away from it, in my opinion, of the way it is.
What was I going to say? I asked everybody this, right? So if you were stuck on a deserted island and you had one of Jodie Whittaker's episodes to watch over and over and over again, which one would you choose and why?
I suppose this leads me on to my next point. I liked Resolution. I thought Resolution was a bit... I thought it wasn't perfect, but I thought it was a bit of a step in the right direction. But maybe that was just me, or I don't know. It felt like old Doctor Who again. And then the whole Kate Stewart thing, I thought for a second, I believe Gemma Redgrave was going to show up in that episode, and she didn't. And that was a bit of a letdown, because if she had showed up, even if it was just for a cameo for 10 or 15 seconds, I would have thought, great. But she didn't. And then the whole unit getting written off with a Brexit joke, I thought that sort of soured it a bit for me. They need to address that in Series 12. You don't just write off a big organisation in the show's history without going back and addressing that. I think it would be, but then it wouldn't surprise me if Chip didn't go near it. This whole timeless child thing. We heard about it once and never went back to it.
I know. I agree. I think he's a hack. I don't think. I think he got lucky with Broadchurch, and I just think he's been riding the surf ever since. I mean, people will bring up Torchwood, but he wasn't. He was one of the ride. He was the rider, but RTD was the executive producer.
I think it was the fact that Torchwood. I didn't mind Torchwood, but I suppose it's because he had the actors to carry the script.
Yeah.
He had John Barrowman and Eve Miles and all who were able to carry what crap he was writing, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But if the whole rumours are true, and I certainly believe they are, if he is going after this year, I'm not going to say I miss him, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to miss him, because I think he was the worst. Well, he wasn't. Well, in terms of who's active and who's going at the minute, he probably was the worst choice for the showrunner. If it was me, if I was picking who I wanted to come in and take over, I would have went straight for Toby Whithouse.
Yeah,
Toby Whithouse or Jamie Matheson, because I thought the likes of Flatline and all were good episodes.
Yeah, but, I
I definitely thought that they would have been the best to do the showrunning. My dream showrunner would obviously be, I'd say, Charlie Brooker, but there's no way he'll ever leave Netflix and stop Black Mirror, because he's making a fortune. Like, he has to be.
And your choice, I was going to actually ask you that next too. Would your ideal choice be for showrunner, and who would you pick as your doctor? Obviously, people that haven't been mentioned. If you have another one or a couple of choices.
Showrunner at the minute, Toby Whitehouse is really at the top of my list.
Right.
You need to have somebody who I think can write good and is a fan of the show. And I think that's what worked really well for RTD, and I suppose early Moffat years, is because they were fans of the show growing up.
Yeah.
I know Chibnall was too, but I don't think he's in touch with the modern age. I think he has this perception of whole agendas and everything being equal and all. You don't need to write that into a sci-fi show where anything can happen in it. You don't need to be laying down the law.
Yeah.
But I think Toby Whitehouse would be my doctor. Or not doctor, showrunner. He could be the showrunner and the doctor. But he would be the showrunner. And I definitely, for doctor, at the minute, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with this choice, but I would love to see your guy Ben Whishaw, who played Q in the Bond films.
Yeah.
There was something about him in Skyfall that just made me think, he's very, very doctor-like, just the way he was going on.
Yeah, I like him in Skyfall. He's one of my favourite characters, actually, in Skyfall.
Rory Kinnear was even good. Rory Kinnear, I'm giving Bond actors now. But I don't know. It has to go back. I think, I'm not saying, I think it would be a bit of a, I don't think they'll go for a woman again. Not now. I think the Doctor will be a woman again eventually, but it won't be anytime soon, I think, because we've seen the BBC have seen what we've went here, and the fans, the majority of fans there, I think, aren't happy with us. So Ben Wishaw's there. Who else would be? Russell Tovey even would be good. Russell Tovey, he was Alonso in Voyage of the Damned.
Yeah. He
would be good. I've seen him in years there. It was Russell T Davis's new series.
Yeah. I haven't watched Years and Years yet, but I've heard good things.
Yeah. He's great in it, but that's who I pick if the Doctor was the man. If the Doctor had to be a woman again, I do have this thing for Phoebe Waller-Bridge, but she's never going to do it now. I mean, she's in Bond now. She's writing Bond. Olivia Colman, but I don't think she'd go near it for a while, to tell you the truth. If she was going to do it, she wasn't going to go near it for a while. But I don't know. It needs somebody like that. You need a good exec too in it. I can't think of a good exec. You need somebody. I don't know. I honestly don't know for exec. Joey Whitehouse needs to be the showrunner, in my opinion. I think the format needs to change. I would definitely change the format of the show too. 10 60-minute episodes I don't think is enough. And in fact, people aren't going to be happy here when I say this. I think it needs to be cut again. Right. But cut from 1060s down to, or 1050s. I would make it, if it was me, I would go for 8 90-minute episodes. Because I think you need a good hour and a half to lay out the story, explain your characters, wrap the whole thing off, and head off on the TARDIS again.
Yeah. I said I actually said something similar. I said the episodes would probably have to be an hour and a half each. I was thinking around 6, say, little mini movies, and then have a big special down to end it all. You know what I mean? End the series off. But there wasn't many people into that idea.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's the shows in the state of the minute that I don't know. I thought when Moffat left, the show would have picked up. Wasn't there some reporter? Maybe I heard somebody saying that Chibnall expected the ratings to rise higher than Tennant's rise higher. Basically be higher than ever before. He expected that, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody can comment and say whether that was true or not. But I think I remember reading a report that that's what he had said. He had hoped that would happen. And It hasn't. It sort of it stayed level and it just dipped the whole way down.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at the danger point now where I think if Series 12 doesn't improve, and I sort of do. I know it probably will be a shit fest, but I sort of do have a bit higher hopes with it because of returning villains and stuff like that. And there's a rumor of Gemma Redgrave actually coming in. I do have a bit of hope for it, but at the minute, I don't know. I think Series 12 is going to be a point where they're thinking, right, what do we do here? I know Jodie and Kendall are definitely out the door. They are definitely out the door. There's no denying that. It's the wait. Then you have to go through the whole. We're going to get the whole treatment again. Where I'd say we'll get a new theme tune, we'll get a new logo, titles, TARDIS, Sonic, Doctor. The whole shebang again.
Yeah.
And it's just the worst part of that is waiting.
Yeah.
It's just waiting for it because God knows when this series is going to appear. Will it appear early 2021? Will it be late 2021, early 2022? We don't know.
Well, the way it's going right now, we'd be waiting forever for it, and we'd probably be all old men by the time Chibnall decides to release Series 12, for God's sake. And Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall will be still part of the show, do you know what I mean? And everything was fine.
Should be going about the Kane and Chibnall will just be scoring off in this big book of what political right things have to be put into the show. He's
addressing plastic straws now next year.
I mean, what has plastic straws got to do with Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
not Wi-Fi. What about sci-fi?
Yeah, I know what you meant. No, that's what I mean. But what has it got to do?
What has it got? Like, if you want to preach about that, preach about that. That's what bloody David Attenborough's for.
Yeah.
Or preach about plastic straws there.
Yeah, I know. Right.
It's not like a science fiction show does not need that. Go do something different. Do anything. Go anywhere. Stop dragging it down to. We need to teach you this because the world's danger. I understand, that there's bloody fires in the Amazon, Brexit is going on at the minute. I guarantee you wouldn't surprise me if we ended up with a political episode again. But I think, don't preach about it in the bloody sci-fi show. Go and do it somewhere else. Because they're taking over these shows to do that because they know they'll get the rates for it. If you went and called it the PC show and started broadcasting agenda-filled crap on BBC One, you wouldn't even get 1 million viewers.
I know, that's the thing about it. None of these shows would actually do well. But so why do they think it's okay to put it in established TV shows and movies and get away? They've lost the plot.
Right at all.
I know.
I think a large majority of it is down to the fandom now too. I think the fandom has been very split. If you look at Twitter and look at the links of Gallifrey Base and all, you say one thing on there, you get torn apart.
Mm-hmm.
I remember writing up something, I don't know what it was about. It was shortly after I sort of gave a review of Series 11 on Gallifrey Base, and it was ripped apart. I was destroyed by these pro-Jodie supporters. Like, oh, she's a woman, you need to give her a chance, and blah blah blah. You need to give her another series. And I'm like, I've seen enough for her already to know.
Yeah,
she's not favoured.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you need more than 1 or 2 episodes to get used with Doctor, that's fine. If you need a whole series. And then fans go and tell you, well, you haven't given her a chance, you need to go and watch it again. Well, then she's not the right person for the job. That is so bloody obvious. All right?
She never was. I mean, I just, at the back of my head, I always had the suspicion that something wasn't right. Even at the end of Twice Upon a Time, something wasn't right. I remember watching it and I was thinking, she hasn't got it. But then again, I thought that with Peter Capaldi at the start. I thought that with Matt Smith. I remember seeing Tennant for the first time and thinking, who the F is this guy? I suppose you can't judge it by 30 seconds at the end of an episode. You need to see a full hour of him to get used to that.
That's true.
You can't judge that, and I was fair, and I gave her a fair chance. She had 60 minutes to impress me, 65 minutes to impress me. Fair enough, she didn't do it in the first episode, but by the second episode onwards, I started having my doubts, and then by the end of the series, or episode 10, I just knew then that she wasn't mine. She just was not my Doctor.
You actually mirror what Cheryl was like, because Cheryl actually enjoyed the first episode. And what was how many episodes were you in? 2 or 3 as well, wasn't it 3? Oh, she got the episode 4. She made, and then she went when she went back home briefly. Then she watched them with her parents then again, and when she came back, she told me, yeah, she just I don't know. It's see, I was bored. I was bored.
I mean, I think it was because we were waiting for that long. You see, I'm the kind of person where like you go through the drought, and once you get something, you think it's deadly. You're like an addict going back on drugs. That's what I'm like. Get the Doctor Who again. You know, I watch it. I think it's deadly. You know, I thought like I think it was because there was such a big build up to it. I thought, you know, they were promising this big spectacular thing, and I watched it, and I thought it was deadly. And then by the time, you know, I was just my jaw hit the floor when I heard the theme tune, the new titles, everything at the end of it, and I just, you know, I thought, Christ, we're back the way we're back to the RTD era of it. And then as the episodes went on, I just thought, nah, this like something's not right here. Especially the Rosa Parks episode was what flipped me. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I fell asleep halfway through the Saraga conundrum. Like, what the hell was that? I fell asleep.
Oh no!
Actually, come into me.
I'm the
My
same.
mother came into me, and she says to me, "Are you not watching that?" And I remember going, "What?" She's like, "You're not watching that?" I was like, "No, not. That's very boring. I never thought I'd say Doctor Who's boring.
Yeah.
I never thought I would say that." And I just thought, you know, what the hell? Like, you know, I mean, as well, if painted the wall and sat in a chair and watched it, I would have got more enjoyment out of it than watching the Saraga conundrum. You know, and Jodie falling about the place like it was her time in the month, you know, and her, you know, like what was the point in that?
Yeah,
especially
I know.
The wee bloody the thing. Like the CGI in that was a disgrace.
But here's the thing, right? I said it. Every single villain in it, or every alien in it, right? There was supposed to be this threat, but there wasn't actually a threat. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor throughout our whole run on Series 11 was never really in any danger whatsoever.
No. And even the Dalek didn't even cause her bother either. You know, she came out and was like, "Oh, look at me," and she threw a microwave on it, and that was the end of it. You know, you know, it still makes me wonder, even though I like Resolution, you know, how the hell did men from years ago somehow managed to beat the Dalek to death with sticks and kill it? Yet somehow it took them a microwave to fry the thing.
Yeah.
This time, you know, I don't know. It's very. I don't think Chibnall is very good for consistency, but then again, Moffat was the same. Moffat. You know, the one thing that pissed me off at Moffat was the Husbands of River song when when the Doctor walked in and gave River the screwdriver. It was very clearly stated back in what was it, the Forest of the Dead, that it was his screwdriver he gave to her. It wasn't a gift. You know, there was no mention of a gift. You know, River never told Tennant's Doctor, "Oh, you give it to me in a box. It was a gift." She said it was your screwdriver. You handed it to me.
Yeah.
You know, by the canon of that, at the end of Series 9, it should have been that Sonic that shot out of the TARDIS up to Capaldi's Doctor, in my opinion, because then you would have had an idea that this is coming shortly. You know, that's the way I would have done it. But I'm a man that likes everything to be consistent.
Yeah, it makes sense at least on some level.
Yeah. It does, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just the way we are at the minute with Series 11 and the Chibnall era. Like, it's not. There's something going on. Like, obviously they're gone, and I would put my house on it now that there is preparation and all behind the scenes. I would safely say the Doctor's been chosen, the showrunner's been chosen.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time that they come out with the worst secret and just say, like, when are they going? I do think this September announcement will be that they're going.
Yeah.
It has to be they're going.
Well, it has to be certain because, I mean, even my source, like, is, like, I know there's rumours out there at the moment, and as I said at the start of this live stream, I'm not going to comment on rumours or speculation that's out there right now until I get confirmation off my source. But when I spoke to my source yesterday, when I was talking about the first bit of information that they put out, because the first bit of information that they put out was that Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall were officially staying, and I did actually mention it on this channel. But the thing about it is, the source got back to me and said, as far as they're aware, everything is still the same. All the information that was put out there has been no change. Now, I'm not saying, as I said, I'm not saying anybody out there is lying or anything. Everybody has different sources. Do you know what I mean? And as that guy said, the sources could sometimes give false information because they have a certain agenda. That happens. But on this channel, my source has been right 3 times. So, like, you know what I mean? So, do I look worried about the latest rumours? So, anybody in the comments that's worried, do I look worried? Because I'm not worried. If I thought there was anything in this, I would let you know straight away. At the moment, I know absolutely nothing, and it's not coming from the usual suspects either. All right. So if other people were talking about it, then I'd start getting worried about it. But the fact that it's only one person that's talking about it, I wouldn't be reading too much into it until we find out.
Yeah. So there's a rumor at the minute that they could be staying. That's the latest now.
Yeah, the rumor is right. So here it goes. I'll just kind of break it down. Apparently, if Jodie Whittaker stays, apparently everything's sorted out in the first videos that we watched, and then in the videos later, then it's if Jodie Whittaker stays past Series 12, she'll be in the 60th. If I've got that right, is that exactly right, sir? If she stays past Series 12, she gets to be in the 60th. Yeah, that'd be Series after Series 12, that'd be Series 13. Yeah. So if she stays for Series 13, apparently the latest rumor is she'll be in the 60th. If she goes after Series 12, she won't be in the 60th. Now, the same person also said that was official that Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall were actually officially staying for Series 13. So this person is saying they have multiple sources, which I'm not saying they do not have. But the multiple sources seem to be contradicting each other. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So until I find out officially off my source, I'm not going to address these speculations and rumor until I find out something off my source.
That's what I noticed. Like, these people are, because it's clear that there's channels out there. I'm not going to mention names. Like, people know who they are. That are saying, oh, my source is telling me this, my source is telling me that. It's rubbish. They're coming on here watching this video, getting what they need, writing it down, rewording it, putting it out in the video. In my opinion, it's coming from you. That the stuff that they're coming out with, the stuff that actually is starting to come true, that's coming from you, but they won't admit it to you.
Here's the thing. Even the wife, I thought I was the only one, right? And then the Cheryl says to me, no, but you're right. And then other people were saying it, and now you're just at the saying it. It's so obvious. Like, if you're gonna, I'm not saying nobody has sources out there, right? But don't be like, it's so obvious where you're getting the source material from. And if you're gonna say it's a source, but this is only rumor and speculation, and you're gonna basically use my information that I'm getting, well then, in fairness, you should be giving my channel a shout out.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It's not fair. Like, it's not, at the end of the day, you're the one who's in contact with the source. Mm-hmm. If people had any respect, they would say, listen, this information comes from the Tardis, so give them a like, subscribe, or go over this channel, something like that. That's what I'd certainly be doing. But it's not right that people are just taking information and screwing it to suit their means. I could come out now with a rumor saying that that Chibnall flipping RKO Jodie in the middle of the Doctor Who set now, and there's people who would probably bloody believe that. And you want to be honest, I wish somebody would RKO the two of them, but anyway.
I said that to the wife. It's so easy to start a rumor. Me and you could start a rumor on this channel right now, and say the reason why Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall got fired was because they had a fight over pizza or something, right? I put that out there, and then someone will report that, oh, Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall had a fight over a pizza. Like, they need to cop on. And then people use me videos then, and they attack me in a sly way. They won't actually say it to me face, but they'll say the Irishman. If you're gonna actually criticize me as well, I'll say this as well. Have the bottle to do it to me face, and don't do it under sly. Don't do it slyly, because I'll approach. I got a problem. I've approached that YouTuber, and he hasn't been on in 2 days.
There is one of the channels out there, and I don't know how to address it without saying the name, but I'll say the names. But if you get this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Nurse Captive is the name I'm using it. But if you reverse the word, you'll know what I mean. Nurse Captive. Right. I used to listen to a lot of his videos.
I know who you're on about.
Believe what he came out with. And
let's just say they like their vape.
Oh yes, and their hats. But I used to watch his videos. I thought he was alright, and eventually over time I noticed that there was people. I might have come on this video and say somebody might give their opinion on Series 11. I seen one guy give his opinion on it. The next day, I came back, that comment suddenly disappeared. And it suddenly disappeared from thin air, that comment, when he was giving his honest opinion. So I don't know if, I probably would say he's a pro-Jodie supporter.
He is. He doesn't like me because I criticise Series 11. He's also accused me of spreading rumours and lies. Right? Now, again, he'll call me the Irishman, but he won't actually call me out directly, because that's the way he does it. But look, I've been talking to people on Twitter that have had a problem with him as well. Apparently anybody that has a problem with Series 11, he does not like. And if you watch his videos, he's kind of delusional anyway if he actually thinks that nothing happened in Cardiff. Several sources have confirmed that Cardiff happened. So,
yeah. There's no smoke without fire.
Exactly.
Something happened down there. Like, you don't get that much shit on the wall night without something happening.
I know.
You'd love to be a fly on the wall in the BBC down there to hear what happened, because, something has always obviously been said. Something has went down, especially that Toes and Cole video with him saying that Jodie say her lines, that confirmed it basically to me. Something is going on. And, the BBC were worse off for not saying anything at all. They should have come out and said, listen, if the whole thing was rubbish, why did they not come out? Why did they hide behind the Radio Times?
Yeah.
Come out and say, listen, there's been rumours regarding the current state of production of Doctor Who. We would like to clarify that is not such the case, and put out a photo of them all standing together, the whole execs, and them all happy chappy. Why did they not do that?
Well, no, it's just I don't know. This whole situation is, either way, this whole situation is going to come to a head at some stage, and then the truth will be revealed.
Because you think like the likes of Bradley Walsh or Bandit Gill or Toast Cole would have put out a photo with them with Jodie or Chibnall or something like that, like a group photo would sort of hint that everything was alright. It's the fact that they have done nothing to reassure the people, apart from Toast Cole putting out saying this video that Jodie say her lines. It makes me think, is she refusing to go back and film, like go back and redo stuff, and they try to pick up with what she said? Like, it's... I wonder is she even on set now? Who is on set? Like, what have they got left to film? It really does raise the question, like, of what is going on.
Exactly.
There's definitely fireworks going on there, and whoever, there's got to be somebody. If the rumor about Pete McTeague's true, if he is temporary showrunner, like, how is that going to work then for Series 12 with regards to press? Chibnall just can't walk back in there and go, oh, Series 12 is done, back. There was a wee bit of a holiday there, nothing to do with a row at Cardiff or anything like that, and just start chatting about Series 12 like everything's normal. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's, if he is sacked, then surely I'd say he can't be doing any promotion for Series 12.
Yeah,
my opinion.
That's the thing. This is because, see, look, we're going to be getting to that stage soon. Anyway, when they'll have to start coming out and promoting this. I actually seen a great comment from Milan Reviews there. It says, no sources are probably from Russian hackers. So probably... How did you know? How did you know it's from the Russians? How did you know? How did you know?
We drink vodka, hack stupid computer.
I get all and I have a lot of numbers there as well if anybody wants them.
Oh, no bother.
Right, listen, I'll get you. We do a phone in again on Monday, so if you want to come on again, because this has been great conversations. I have other people now all lining
I know. I could sit here chatting.
Oh no, so could I, mate. Well, we could all. Do you know what, man? I'll have to probably do. It'll probably be a good idea. Just get on, say, a guest each night. Just the one guest on each night to talk, because there's plenty now that want to actually come on. We could just talk about different stuff.
You should try the whole the Google Hangout thing. You know, you could get like the likes of Yvette and myself and all on at the one time. You can have a real good group phone chat if you're able to do that. Would be good, you know.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. You know what? We'll try that. We'll try that actually. We'll try that next week. We'll give that a go next week. We'll try get 3 or 4 years on at the same time on the group chat on Messenger, right? And let's hope we all listen to each other.
I mean, just we'll be going out with pitchforks over the Cardiff demanding an answer. Listen, it was good chatting to you.
Nice chatting to you too. I'll talk to you again during the week anyway, and I'll definitely see you on Monday. Have a good one.
No bother. I just have one last thing to say to you before I go.
Go ahead.
Up Kerry.
Back off, they're not winning. No, that's not happening. We will see, Boyle. We'll see. Go on. We'll see. Good luck. I knew he'd get something in there being a dub. I knew he did. I mean, what? Yeah, I seen Ryan's comment there. Hey, Ryan, nice to have you here, buddy. And Dan, right? We might as well get the next caller on. We're on a bit of a roll here, so why not? Let's see who have I got next on my list. Cheryl has got me list ready for me. And next on the list is Yvette. So we will get Yvette on now. Dan, I just want to make sure. Dan, did you say you wanted to come on? Actually, yeah, could you update that list? Because there was a couple of people that wanted to come on. So just verify. If there's anybody that wants to come on, just verify now in the comments. Because I'm going to take the next call. Let me see. Yvette is next there, local scientist, our resident scientist. We always have I will figure out a better setup for, just in case. I don't know if you can actually hear them perfect, but I will come up with a better system. Just right now at the moment, I'm working it this way. But thanks for coming on, Marty. You were nervous, but you didn't sound nervous, mate, and you did very, very well. Come on anytime. And Dan said he could come on, so put Dan down on that list. Because I always have a good chat with Dan. And the fact, Dan Hadley, yeah, I was supposed to come on his show, so Dan said he'll come on. So I'll bring Dan on after Stephen. Right, so we're about to ring our resident scientist. So if anybody has any scientific questions to ask Yvette, she might be able to answer them. All right. Here we go.
Hello.
And hello, Yvette. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, Noel. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Tilly. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So I'll just ask you briefly, actually, because obviously everybody knows on this channel that you've been getting source information yourself. Have you actually say about the latest? Because I can't really say anything. I have to be kind of, until I find out for certain, I have to be more diplomatic about it. But do you want to discuss the recent rumors that we've heard, and what do you think? Is there anything in it? Have you heard anything yourself?
I've spoken about the rumours of this Mixlord to my source.
Right.
And as far as she knows, it's utter rubbish. But she said she'd look into it for us.
Right.
So so I'm not worried either. Also, and I'm only going to mention this once, that disgusting video. I sent it to her, and you know who she is, and I know she'll have contacted someone about that. She was absolutely flabbergasted.
Yeah, it was disgraceful. There's no need for that in the fandom at all. I just want to say hello to Ian. Ian Time Lord is here. Ian, nice to have you here on this live stream. Nice to have you. And Ryan, it's been a while since we've seen you. And Leland is here as well. Sorry about that, Yvette. It's just when a couple of people pop in, you know me, I like to say hello. Yeah, go on anyway. So you're saying you basically there's nothing in these latest rumors.
Yeah, I think basically same as your source. She hasn't got anything to tell me.
Right.
But I told her what's been said by this one guy, and she said she'd look into it. She's touring the south at the moment, so but she calls in.
Yeah.
But if I know anything, I'll drop it straight to you.
No problem. No, I just wanted to ask you about it because it is very interesting that as I have said, it's not coming from the usual suspects. So
no,
I mean that's why I'm a bit hesitant to say anything really about it until I've actually spoken to the source.
No,
because,
I agree. No.
At the end,
usually either mine or yours are the same day.
Yeah,
and they match.
Yeah,
either one comes in first, mine comes in first, or yours comes in first, and then mine will come in, and they both match.
Yeah.
So, the fact that your source and my source both are like, no, not heard a thing.
That's what I mean. It's confusing, anyway. and as I said, I'm not going to say that that people are making stuff up because I've been accused of that too. You know what I mean? I'm not either way. As I've always said, I'm not saying that this person hasn't got multiple sources if they have. And as they've even said themselves, though, in their own video, that sometimes sources may give false information because they probably have a certain agenda. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, again, you know what I mean? Yvette is not worried. I'm not worried. If anything does change, of course, we're going to let you know. But, I mean, as far as we're aware from the sources and everything, and everybody is talking the same thing. Do you know what I mean? The usual suspects are still saying the same thing. So if that starts to change, then I'll obviously get worried. Yvette will obviously get worried because then there's obviously something happening or something has happened. So we'll see. As I said, we just have to wait and see. So let me see.
So I thought tonight.
Yeah, go on.
Anyone have a question for me?
Yeah.
Change it around a bit.
There you go. So
I can't see the chat though.
Right, so here we've got one. Right, so alternative scientific question. In Genesis, Davros predicts the ultimate form to which the Kaelids will evolve, degenerate. Can real genetics? Yeah, geneticists. I always get hard words. Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Where's the bleeding comment?
Well,
predict which direction humanity is evolving in. So basically, I think he's asking, can scientists?
Okay. Well, I'm a quantum physicist, so I'm not biology.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that.
DNA has been cracked, so the possibilities are endless at skewing around with that. They're already doing it, rewriting codes, changing things. So it's not beyond comprehension, as far as I would say as an educated guess, but it's not my field.
Ryan Morrissey asked, what was your first Doctor Who memory?
Oh, actually, I started watching Doctor Who with, oh my goodness, my brain's gone dead. Not Tom Baker, the one before.
John Pertwee.
Thank you, John Pertwee. And he was lying in the bed in unit. He didn't know who he was. That's my first memory.
Yeah.
Watching it live.
Do you think
long time ago.
Here's another one for you. Do you by Bad Wolf 66? Great question. Do you think Inferno is a realistic look into alternative timelines?
Well, funnily enough, no, I'm sure you read my comment on that. Inferno was absolutely incredible and ahead of its time, because in the 70s it wasn't well known about parallel universes or multi-universes as we call it these days. Yeah, why not? One theory is they're similar but different. Other theories are that it could be each and every decision we make, although I don't believe that one myself, because there'd be billions and billions and billions to turn left instead of right.
Yeah.
Classic one from Doctor Who we had. So why not have one like Inferno? I am sure.
Right, here's one from the wife, and I knew she'd throw out a doozy because the wife always likes to ask a very complicated question. Yeah. So, can Yvette explain the Pandorica time travel and how it didn't create a paradox? It still hurts my head trying to follow.
Well, they took a bit of fantasy license on that one. I try not to pick holes in it.
Unlike me.
Because otherwise I'd drive myself insane. The Pandorica, you're talking about the box thing, aren't you? That blasted back into the Tardis to reboot the universe.
Yeah.
The Big Bang 2, is that it?
Yeah, Big Bang 2.
It's pure science fiction, but as has been proven, science fiction becomes science fact. So never rule anything out. Right.
Super John has a whopper one here, and I knew he'd stick in an L long word for me to get stuck on. No, I'm gonna get this one. What do you think of dimensional transcendent what? Say it.
Transcendental.
Ah, Jesus. What is it?
Transcendental.
Right, that's not even a real word, right? To the Tardis possibilities of time travel. What's that?
Okay, we're talking time travel full stop here, aren't we? Yeah, okay, time travel is theoretically possible going forwards. Okay, we've actually got a theory on that.
Right.
And you actually travel faster on a train, and that is actually traveling in time, because time is not a static event.
Yeah.
However, traveling back in time is a major issue with paradoxes, with the butterfly effect, step on a bug. All of those things are a reality if you go back in time. However, time travel is the holy grail of my scientific side. Quantum physics, we're looking at time travel. We're looking at faster than light travel. These are the things we are doing for a living. So I would not rule it out.
Right.
But realistically, in my own lifetime, I don't foresee travelling back in time an event. But maybe going forwards, maybe we'll have a solid theory.
Daniel asks, what would you do if you were showrunner?
If I was a showrunner, I would beat the writers until they wrote some really good stuff.
There you go. Rocket Runner asks, is dark matter an actual thing or guesswork?
Right. Really good question, actually, Rocket Runner. I was talking about it in a lecture this morning. Yes, dark matter exists. The Higgs boson, which was discovered about 5 years ago, is dark matter.
Right.
Okay? And dark energy is what we believe 90% of the universe is made up of. And we actually recently measured, due to the Higgs boson, that it's a lot older than it should be, which denotes it was there before the Big Bang. Now, that is a theory that's going to screw with your heads even more. So dark matter and dark energy theoretically were around before the Big Bang, which actually makes sense that it wasn't nothing. And then Big Bang, here we are.
Right, but do you think, it's a bit, I'm just asking a question myself because I find this fascinating.
Yep.
So dark matter obviously around before the Big Bang, so they think. So do you think that something actually happened within the dark matter to start the Big Bang, if you get what I'm trying to say, if I'm even explaining that right?
Well, that's
properly.
$1 million question, Noel, that is being asked right now around the world. Because we've discovered like the Higgs boson is way older than it can be, and that's a fact, and we know that's dark matter. Dark energy, we're still trying to prove it exists, although we know it exists. It's like we knew dark matter was there, but until we discovered the Higgs boson, we couldn't prove it, but we know it was there. So, and now we've discovered their age exceeds the Big Bang. It means there was something there, and was it dark matter and dark energy that created our matter and our energy, which fills 5% of our universe? It's $1 million question, and a very good one, Noel, that is being asked. I can't give you any definites at the moment because it's so new.
Yeah. Brian Cox said something that you can't go back in time years ago. Bad Wolf 66. I wouldn't be listening to that twat. No time for Brian Cox as a scientist. That's my personal opinion. I don't know how Yvette thinks of him. She wouldn't slag a fellow scientist anyway, so I won't ask that question, actually.
Brian's a nice chap. I wouldn't have sold out to television myself.
Exactly, but not just that. He comes up with some crap.
Because for me, it's about it. It's not a job; it's a vocation.
Yeah.
You know, I want to discover things. I want the world to have cold fusion. With cold fusion, it's a negative force at the moment, which we are working on. That means we basically create a miniature sun and explode it. That creates cold fusion. Now, to blow this miniature sun up that we create uses more energy than the little miniature sun produces. So it's a negative outcome. So we've got cold fusion. We've just got to work out now how to do it so we get a positive generation of power against what we're using to create it. I hope that made sense.
A bit, but I'm gonna admit not really that much because I got distracted. Cheryl was trying to draw me attention to something. What was it?
I was trying to get you to read the comment from last time.
Well,
it's for a bet.
All right, yeah, well, I am. I'm going through them all one at a time. I'm actually on near the Holics question now, so I will do. It doesn't matter. On my screen, it's not. So I'm reading it on my screen the way it is. So near the Holics asks, what was your take on the bootstrap paradox from Under the Lake Before the Flood? And that comes from near the Holics.
I have no idea what that is. What was that on?
Under Doctor Who, Under the Lake Before the Flood, Peter Capaldi double.
Under the lake.
Yeah, the one with the spacecraft, remember?
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh my God, that was terrible. That
you didn't like that?
That was terrible. No.
Okay.
No. And the science was terrible. And
that's not the one with the silence. That's the one with the That's the one with
science, not silence.
Oh, science. All right.
With the ghosts,
Right. Okay, my fault.
Coming up dead and not dead, and
Right. Well,
it was combining several different laws. And no, I've said this to you. I try not to do scientific on Doctor Who because I try to follow the law more than the science, and even the laws didn't match on that.
The last Time Lord has asked, do you believe that a black hole will lead to a white hole and a different universe? And if so, can anything make it through a black hole after being compressed by matter and make it?
Right. Black holes just swallow things at the moment. There are some theories out there that some black holes reverse to a white hole. Oh, I do love the Red Dwarf quotes there on the other side. But you're actually talking more about a wormhole at this point.
Right.
Black holes just eat. It's a planet. It's not really a hole, you see. The black in the center of a black hole is actually a sphere that is crushing everything. Whereas a wormhole, that's your possibility to other other dimensions, other galaxies. It's endless wormholes. And in quantum physics, we actually deal with quarks, string theory, and this is all connected to micro wormholes, tiny things that just exist for milliseconds, but they're doing stuff they shouldn't.
What was I going to say?
Sorry, that got technical.
No, you're grand. Stephen Cassidy, I know this is not. I can even answer that one. I don't think it's possible to put a brain in a jar and then put it in a foreign body. I don't think you can actually do a brain transplant. That you can't actually do. There's no way. I think the brain is unique to the individual human.
I mean that head transplant, that guy. I mean, he's called that off now. It's just. Yeah. As I say, I never went down the medical route, so.
Bad Wolf 66 asks, though. This is a good question. Bad Wolf 66 asks, "What do you think of CERN? Do you think it's safe?"
CERN's fantastic. I've done a few tours there. Yes, it's safe, 100%. And the new extra large hadron collider that is in construction as we speak, which is going to be hundreds of times bigger than CERN, is very exciting. But smashing particles together, I'm not going to create. Well, we could create miniature black holes. We could do that. We can do that.
Yeah. So would it not be safer? Would it not be safer not to do it?
Down, so we wouldn't do it.
But why do? But if there is a danger of doing that, right? But just hear me out on this one, right? Because I'm very interested in this. Because I would have to disagree with you. I don't think CERN is safe. I think there's a lot of unknowns. I think there has been a change in the Earth ever since they start using the force one. Now they're building one that, as you said, that's going to be even 10 times bigger, right? If there is a possibility of creating a wormhole or a black hole or whatever, why even take that risk? Because you could swallow the whole planet up then. Like, why take the risk? And I know scientific breakthrough has some risk in it, but this is too much of a risk, in my opinion, with 6 billion or 7 billion people on the planet. Why not do that stuff in space, on the moon or something?
They haven't done it, and they wouldn't do it, because whenever they do like a test, they have backups to make sure they can shut anything down. And these tests will not, you would not believe the amount of paperwork and rigorous this, that, and the other before an experiment is run in the collider. But the black hole issue, I know it hit the media, and went viral, etc. But as someone that's been there, I know they wouldn't do it without knowing how to shut it down. If we knew how to shut it down, then yes, I think the theory would progress to an experiment. But there's no way to shut it down at the moment. So there's no way they're ever going to do it until they get to that point.
Yeah, but here's another concern I would have.
For you.
Security-wise,
there's no way you can accidentally create a black hole. There are specific things you have to do to create a black hole.
Yeah, but you could have some terrorist group. Now, just hear me out, because it has happened before. You could have some terrorist group take over and force these scientists to do it then. Do you know what I mean? What's the security like? I mean, here's my problem with the whole situation, with that whole thing. There's just so many unknowns. They're not saying much, and then when they do say stuff, it's not making much sense. Now, for ordinary people like me that aren't scientists, we need to hear this stuff in plain English. We don't need these big words or whatever.
I understand.
Do you know what I mean? So,
I understand that.
I mean, I know you've been there.
I try my best.
Yeah, no, I know you've been there. And you're trying to reassure. I just think they're going in the wrong direction.
Security at CERN is like when I go to the Home Office. I am stripped of everything and given a pencil. That's it. That's all you get to take in. It's really, really high level security. And the Hadron Collider is not run very often, and it's months and months of signing off paperwork to do one experiment. So, you know, they're not firing it off weekly like some magazines were putting in. It's specific things that they know roughly what the outcome is going to be to discover more elements, more particles, more the Higgs boson. I mean, that blew everyone out the water. It was incredible. And I understand people's concerns about CERN, and I get that if you don't work in the industry, it can sound frightening, creating a miniature sun and blowing it up to create fusion. And that sounds terrifying, but it's on a scale of a pinhead or smaller, you know, things like this. And I can only reassure you all, it's very secure. But I won't say it would never happen, because I don't think anywhere is locked down completely. I mean,
and not only that, there's human error as well that has to be taken into the factor. But Ryan Morrissey says, Yvette, I wish I had you as my physics teacher. Mine was boring.
Well, thank you very much.
Super John.
The Americans like me. I spend a lot of time doing lectures to the American kids, and
Ryan's from the UK. Ryan's from the UK. So his physics teacher. What did he say? His teacher was born. So yeah. Super John says, I would want to see the Titanic if time travel was possible. I always thought that if you traveled in time, your mind reset itself so you could blend into that event, so you could not meddle with time. Interesting.
Yeah, it's one of many theories out there with time travel that I think when you travel in time, again, theoretically, or in science fiction, or in the Tardis, you're in a bubble of time and space, and you're protected. So when you land, say, in the Jurassic period to go look at a dinosaur, you know who you still are. Otherwise, what would the point be?
Yeah, China wants to build its own artificial sun, says Bedwolf66. Yeah, I heard about that. Is antimatter real? Dark matter carbon 60. That's from Unknown 289 and Super John.
Antimatter is real, it exists, and it is used.
Okay, there you go. Straight to the point. That's what we do on this channel.
But look, Nola, I know you've got a few guests, so I don't want to bore everyone.
No, you're not boring everyone. I'll just read. Hold on, because there's a couple of. Yeah, we will, but I'll just read one or two more comments that are addressed to you. Hang on. Let me see. Let me see. I might see this chat. It's gone. Right. Fusion containment is being worked on at CERN. The reaction creates a gravity field that contains the energy from the hydrogen reactor. It's a star in a magnetic bottle, basically. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct.
But remember, bottles can break, and that's my concern and human error. So
well, electromagnetism is one of the strongest force fields we have on this planet.
Look at this film.
It bounces the sun off the Earth, protects us from the sun, and we use it to protect as a force field around experiments as well. So that is whoever said that is bob on.
It's right there.
I tried to get Cheryl's attention. I just threw a kitchen paper at her.
Don't try and hint at my Cheryl.
that was funny, and she was there. What's going on here? Right. So we'll have Monday. Monday's the phone and come in on the drop into us on Monday, and we'll probably have. So actually, that's what we'll do. Listen. Every Friday we'll have Yvette on. Right. What we'll do is we'll bring Yvette on for about an hour. Obviously, if she's available every Friday, we'll bring Yvette on for an hour.
Yes. No, I have no life apart from work and you. So
right. Well, then there you go. So every Friday. We'll have for an hour. We will have Yvette on, and if anybody wants to ask her any questions on quantum physics, am I right? Yeah.
You can ask me questions on anything you like.
Well,
it doesn't have to be quantum physics.
Except biology. She's like most people in that shit at biology.
I don't like squishy things.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So if you want to, every Friday we'll have a resident. Quantum physicist on. This channel is really getting high market, isn't it, with its quantum physicists and everything?
No, I've been with you since there was about 70 people.
Yeah, I know.
I've been there for a long time.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. This channel has really gone up market, quantum physicists and all. I'll see if I can get us a biology teacher and maybe a geography teacher or something, or maybe even an astronaut. Yeah, if you believe in all that.
Yeah, why not?
That's
you never know.
Right, Yvette, thanks for coming on as usual. And say goodbye, Ted.
Bye, Teddy.
And see. Right, we'll see you. So I thought Cheryl was going to say goodbye to you, but she just stared at me. Go on, say.
Bye, Vet.
Right, there you go.
David.
Right, thanks for coming on.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
So there you go. So that's what we'll do. Every Friday for an hour, we'll get Yvette on. So there you go. That's something to look forward to. So if anybody has any scientific questions that you have, jot them down on a piece of paper, keep them until Friday, and then obviously then we bring Yvette on and you can talk. Now, I've got me lists, so who have I got next? We've got I thought they were next.
The last time was next. Ask. I don't.
Okay.
I'm just going to order that they said.
Right. Okay. You're the one. You're the boss. I actually told you. I wanted. Doesn't matter. See, that's why you're getting sacked. That's why you're getting sacked. I asked you to put someone in the list a certain place, and you go and do the opposite. You're fired. She's fired. She's fired. That's it. Cheryl is gone from the channel. She's fired. Right. The one job I give her to do, and she messed it up. She's fired. Right. See, this is what happens when you let Cheryl and Teddy become the stars of this channel. Yeah, it all falls apart. Right. So let me see. We have next. Actually, by the way, that person hasn't added me. So let me see. Hold on. Okay, we have him. And it's telling me I can't. Hold on. Let's see now. Right, we got it right. So we'll go again. So we're ready for our next caller. So here we go.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
How are you? Nice to have you on the last Time Lord. So we got the last Time Lord on. So how are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
No problem, mate. What do you want to talk about?
Up to you, I suppose.
Right, go ahead. Go on. Tell me what's on your mind.
What's the latest rumours?
Right, well, the latest rumours apparently are that Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall are actually staying for Series 13. Also, the rumours tonight were concerning what was it? Saying that if Jodie stays for Series 13, she'll be in the 60th, but if she doesn't, she won't be in the 60th. So I they're the latest rumours anyway, but they're not coming from the usual sources, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. Wait, hold on. Doesn't the contract regarding the number of seats for Doctor Who or something like that expire next year?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken in mind.
No, you're right.
Then
you're
that
right.
would mean
because they'll have to renegotiate.
That would mean Doctor Who would have to get extended.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The next year was supposed to be when they were going to be renegotiating their contracts. So they also say that they were going to be having a look at their contracts, but their contracts were going to be renegotiated anyway. I mean, you know what I mean?
If the BBC yeah, completely.
Yeah, I didn't really want to address these rumours, but I'm just going to address it briefly. So, listen, in one of the things he goes and says, he basically says that, you know, they're going to have a look after Series 12, they're going to sit down and have a look at their contracts, right? That was always going to be the case, right? They were always going to have their contracts. They were always going to be sitting down to renegotiate their contracts anyway, right? So, but with all this stuff happening, we just don't know. But look, at the end of the day, as I have said, if my source, and this is the thing, none of the usual sources, none of the usual people are actually saying anything about this. So I don't know what's going on. Announcements in September are still happening. Yeah, look, that hasn't changed. Anybody asking me, look, I haven't been told any different to what I have been told from day one. So if anything changes, I'll let you all know. Go ahead anyway, last Time Lord. Sorry about that, just addressing a few of the comments there.
Yeah, it's just completely fine. Yeah, regarding Doctor Who, what would you say is your favourite episode from the Tom Baker era?
Oh, I like, I have a soft spot for Pyramids of Mars, right? I know it's not the greatest story in the world, but I have a soft spot for that. But for me, Tom Baker, Genesis of the Daleks is my favorite Tom Baker episode.
Wait,
story.
Was Genesis of the Daleks the episode that came out after this Destiny of the Daleks, or is it the other way around? I'm not exactly sure anymore. I
get confused about that as well because there's so many bleeding Dalek stories. You've got I'm in the middle of watching one now at the moment, actually. And
in my opinion,
come on.
In my opinion, I don't think we've had a decent to even memorable Dalek story for the last 5-6 years. We haven't had a good Dalek story for the last 5 years.
That's true.
Or something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
I mean, the last time I enjoyed, I don't know about you, but the last time I enjoyed a good Dalek story, in fact, I would say better than good, a brilliant Doctor Who story, including the Daleks, was Victory of the Daleks, and that was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
That just says much about the kind of episodes we've been getting since then.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since series 8, there's always been something missing in Doctor Who that I've always noticed, but I can never point it out because it's so hidden. I don't know if it's Stephen Moffat's complex writings or the lack of companion development. Oh, no, not like, yeah, the lack of companion development. But there's always something missing. What about you?
I'd agree with you on that one. Genesis was before Destiny, says Near the Holics. So there you go. Everybody gets those confused. I'm the same as yourself.
So Genesis was the episode where Davros turned the Carlins into the Dalek. Well,
yeah,
Dalek,
it was when he made the fourth Dalek. Yeah. Neither is in the episode.
And then Destiny of the Daleks was the poorer, well, not the poorer, but the second Doctor Who story, the second Dalek story in the Tom Baker era.
Yeah, I mean, Terry Nation kind of rewrote his own story.
I'm sure. I'm not a big fan of Terry Nation.
No,
he's a bit dodgy. Well, not Terry Nation himself, but actually, I'm a bit dodgy about Terry Nation. But his estate. Right. Do you believe in the contract that a Dalek has to appear in every series of Doctor Who?
Well, yeah, I actually do, because if you look at the way they've been showed in the past few years, especially the last 5 years, they've had brief appearances. I mean, if you're gonna have a Dalek in it, then have a Dalek story. Why they being showed in? And even the pilot in Series 10 was a perfect example of that, where a Dalek was just showed in. So I do think there is, and look at this stage, I think it's so blatantly obvious that there is some sort of deal in place. I mean, even Chibnall himself, after Series 11, he said, do you remember, we all heard the rhetoric from his mouth. There's going to be no Daleks, there's going to be no Cybermen, because I don't like them. You're going to have no old monsters. Everything is going to be new. And then what happened? He brought them back for resolution, right? So, I mean, there has to be, I definitely think there is a deal in place.
I mean, they've got to not get rid of the deal. Yeah, they do have to get rid of the deal and get rid of using old villains constantly, such as the Cybermen, the Daleks, they have to get rid of using the they have to get rid of using the Cybermen and Daleks. Yeah. They've got to be using other villains like the Sontarans, the Solarians, the Autons. Who else could I name?
The Draconians.
They could even bring back the Reaper from Father's Day.
Yeah, Zootech.
From Series 1, which is
Omega.
Exactly.
You know, there's plenty they could bring.
That they could use.
I know.
They haven't even given out a good Gallifrey story. I mean, we had the Heaven Bent or something like that.
Heaven Sent.
Heaven Sent. Oh, wait, the Heaven Bent. Yeah.
Heaven Sent. And then Hell Bent was the next one. You're getting the two of them combined together. Yeah. It was Heaven Sent, and then Hell Bent was the abomination after it. Yeah.
I mean, Hell Bent, in my opinion, was the first 15 minutes were great because it was about the Doctor and Gallifrey and how the post-time war activities or whatever was happening. But after that, it was all about Clara and how the Doctor grew pissed off about what the Gallifreyans and Time Lords did to him in the confession dial? The confession dial.
Yeah, the confession dial it was. Yeah. I thought there was going to be some big epic. I really thought that was going to be an epic episode. The next one. Because Heaven Sent was so great, and I thought he's finally going to give us something amazing now. And then he goes and does what he always does. Builds it all up, and then we get a flat end. Flat. I mean,
I was assuming after 14 billion years, the Doctor would have gone over Clara, would have gotten pissed off the Time Lords and started a whole war again, a whole revolution.
Yeah.
And I was ready to watch that in one episode.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, Stephen Moffat's got to do what he's got to do and bring a little bit of the SJW and just bring back companions like Clara, who had a perfect ending and faced the Raven.
I know, and I actually liked those episodes with Clara because it was a perfect way for her to go. And it was a perfect end for any companion. That was the cleanest getaway that any companion could have. And then he goes and no, I don't even want to discuss what happens next because I just don't know what he was thinking. Go ahead.
Is there any other leaks on possible villains for Series 12?
That's the thing. I put up photographs of the same photographs as that. So far, let's talk about what we have already announced. So we've got the Jadoon definitely coming back. Also because
the Jadoons are not villains though.
I know. Well, I think they're going to be villains in this. Well, they are a kind of a mercenary space cop group, but they were never
follow
shown.
The Shadow Proclamation Constitution or something.
Yeah, the Shadow
so how
Proclamation.
Can they be a villain?
Yeah, but he did. But I think was a Tennant's doctor actually did say they were some sort of space police, but like mercenaries. But then we've got what we've also got the Cybermen, which I also broke on this channel months and months ago. So the Cybermen are back, and again, Source said they were going to be more robotic, and it looks like that is the case because the photographs that I've put up on Twitter and other people that were there have said that they definitely do look more robotic. See, here's the thing: my source is not just given generic information. My source is actually given spot-on information. When I announced the Jadoon on this channel, right, I announced it 4 hours before the BBC announced it to the fandom, right? But I gave specific information. I said the Jadoon are back, but they're going to appear in Gloucester, right? I said I gave the location of where they were going to be, and sure enough, that's what happened, right? That's exactly the announcement, and then I did the video afterwards. So we've got the Jadoon, Cybermen, and the Daleks back. So what else can he squeeze into that? In all fairness, though,
might as well bring back the Sontarans. We haven't seen the Sontarans behaving badly or having a villain initiative for quite some time now. It's always just been strikes the Sontaran or the Joker.
Yeah, I thought. You know what though? I never liked the Sontaran redesign. It's bad.
I kind of liked it at first, but it's grown old recently.
No, it needs to be more. Someone says bring Zootek back. Yeah, I reckon that's the way to go. If you're gonna, but not under this era. No way. This is. Let's say we're talking about Series 13. Yeah, forget about Series 12. Series 12 is already going to be a write-off anyway because with all the stuff that we've heard. Look at whether this is. I'm going to be out straight, which is all right now. There should have been an announcement made about Doctor Who a month ago, right? We should have had a trailer a month ago, right? Because San Diego Comic-Con was on, right? We should have had all these things and it didn't happen, right? If people out there still want to believe that everything is okay and that Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are staying till season 13, which in fairness, as I said, I won't actually go and say out straight whether it is true or not because I haven't spoke to my source about it on the level that we need to be speaking about. But the other stuff that we've spoken about, the other news, I was told there's nothing in it, right? Multiple sources. Yvette has her own source as well, saying the same thing. The usual suspects are saying the same thing. There's nothing coming out. So unless this person has the inside track more than anybody else, then fair play. We will see. That's all I'll say.
By the way,
yeah, go ahead.
What are the chances are we getting a Christmas special this year? I mean, they could always bring out a Christmas special roundabout. Well, they could always announce a Christmas special roundabout now or September.
Yeah, true. But Titan Comics
time to release the Series 12 trailer.
Yeah, but Titan Comics have actually kind of ruled that out. But in saying that, someone did say something interesting, right? Would Titan Comics really have to scoop over Doctor Who magazine or be able to actually say that there's no Christmas special before Doctor Who magazine even says that there's not a Doctor Who special? Now, again, this source is saying that it might be a Christmas special, but it'll be some sort of special, which what we did say on this channel anyway as well. When we heard that all this stuff in Cardiff happened, we were told that the Christmas special mightn't happen, but it would be over either the Christmas period, and some people said then it might be Easter. So it's got, look, at the end of the day, something, as I said, is going to be announced soon. We're coming into September. There's all the sources, and I mean all the sources, have said that there's some announcement happening in September, and then there's supposed to be another announcement made over the Christmas period, which kind of makes me a bit, why would there be announcement over the Christmas period when they can announce everything in September? Obviously, there's still a chance for an episode over the Christmas period, right? But again, this is another thing I'll have to talk to the source about. But at the time, they said everything is delayed because you have seen the reshoots. You have seen that they're still filming. Okay? So, I mean, we just have to wait, don't we? I mean, look, it's a confusing time for the fandom, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we haven't had this much excitement in, what, 2 and a bit years, though?
Yeah. I think we've got about a couple of years left before BBC pull the plug to Doctor Who if the ratings don't increase. Because right now we're getting ratings of around 2 to 3 million, possibly 4 million for openers. And that ain't good enough for the BBC One standards when it comes to viewer ratings.
No. But, you know, the other side will fight back and say that television has changed now. There's the streaming services, and there's, you know, you can watch these episodes at a later time. But
but the streaming services only provide about 1 million extra views after a 7-day week.
Yeah, that's right.
So that doesn't really influence
consolidated,
much.
yeah, 7 days consolidated, and then they do a 28-day then after that for every episode to boost it up.
Does anyone actually monitor the 28 days? That's a joke.
You know,
that doesn't really reflect much.
You know, but still, it still indicates that there is a dip. I mean, you look at the first episode and you look at the last episode. There's clearly people have walked away. So, I mean, they can deny all they want. Half of the fan base walked off. Now you have to try win them back for serious.
Who could judge them?
What?
Who could judge them? I mean, who could judge them though? Look at Series 11. Pretty much.
I know.
Every episode felt like an episode where they wanted to teach you something. It wasn't an episode where you were learning something optionally. It was an episode where they forced you. For example, Rosa, when it came to the end of the episode, do you remember that scene on the Tardis where they were showing a scene from her? I can't remember what it was, but
I think she was receiving an award, wasn't she?
Award.
She was receiving an award, off Obama.
I felt like a child or something when I was watching that. I felt like, is this still Doctor Who, a sci-fi show, or is this the Doctor Who from the 60s, which was meant to educate people? I was a bit confused at that moment.
Well, it's definitely aimed at a younger audience, isn't it?
Oh, completely.
Yeah. It's really
about a lot earlier on from the promotional art. The way they were advertising seemed a lot childish and a lot lighter in tone. That's when I knew the series was going to take a Sarah Jane tone, but it was a lot lighter than that, and it wasn't even done well. The characters were lackluster. The characters had to explain why the hell they wanted to go with the Doctor in a very childish way, like most viewers didn't understand. The stories weren't even complex, probably except Kiblam. Kiblam was slightly complex, but not very. And some of the episodes took cheap shots to make themselves look good and seem memorable, such as the first episode, episode 1, episode I'm not going to say episode 7, episode 9, and episode 11. I think those episodes used some form of cheap shots to make it memorable.
Yeah.
Because when I first watched Resolution, I found it mediocre. Not as bad as Series 11 was, but mediocre. I mean, it was all right to watch it the first time if you weren't adding any form of context behind it, like the previous context based with the Daleks. So why the Daleks, or the possibilities of what the Daleks could do, such as if you remember at the end of Resolution, or before the end of Resolution, before the Dalek was destroyed, the Dalek was trying to send a message or a signal to a ship around Earth. And if you think about it, there must be a ship right now there is probably a ship out there somewhere above Earth, not too far, that probably picked up the signal somehow and is planning to come to Earth. And I don't know if Chibnall will use that or not. It's all these small stuff I take very seriously in the show, but not many people outline it, and it's always just, I always feel lonely when I talk about it.
No, that's why I said the Daleks. So that's why I said pretty early. I even actually said after Resolution, don't worry, season 12, you'll have the Daleks back. It's so obvious. Like, he thinks he's clever too. The Daleks, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is the actual announcement in September that the Daleks are coming back.
Wow. I mean, if the Daleks are given a two-parter that is good and allows us to explore a new part of the Daleks while staying true to their core ideology, then that would be a good story.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Victory of the Daleks and all the previous Dalek stories by Russell T Davies and all the writers in those eras.
Yeah, Russell T did Dalek, and then we had a few from Moffat. I didn't like Moffat's Dalek stories.
The only episode, the only Dalek story I enjoyed from Moffat was Victory of the Dalek. All the other Dalek stories were very, very, very boring.
I didn't mind Victory now that much, but I just didn't like the way the Daleks again were used as a kind of a, you know, they were a subplot within their own story, and then he changed them into little servant bitches, and I don't like that. The Daleks are supposed to be the most terrifying thing in the universe. They're not supposed to be serving tea to a scientist or Winston Churchill.
No. I mean, it was fine for that episode. There was something else behind it. I don't know what it was, but there was something about Victory of the Daleks that made the Daleks given tea. Oh, it was because the Daleks are based behind the Nazis. And oh, okay. But all the other episodes, such as Asylum of the Daleks and The Witch's Magician or something like The Witch's Magician and all of that.
Yeah, The Witch's
Daleks as a subplot. The Daleks were just there for the sake of it. They had nothing to do. It was like, there was a Dalek here, the Dalek wants to kill you, but hasn't got any other reason to kill you. Just basic protocol.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been for the last 6-7 years.
Exactly. Look, there has to be some huge look, this is why I know Series 12 is already in trouble, because they will have to do something amazing. And I don't think Chris Chibnall is capable of doing anything amazing with this show. And that's why I think...
I mean, he could.
Yeah, go on. Oh, no, they could, but his writing... Look, you've got two characters, right, in particular that I'm going to bring up, right? Forget about Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, even though that was the biggest change in the show's history. Character development for that Doctor was rubbish, right? But I'm going to pick up on two characters especially, right? You got Monique Gill's character and Yasmin Khan, right? Absolutely little or no character development. I would actually say no character development.
Yeah, completely agree.
Right? Now, you've got Ryan Sinclair, right? At the start, we see him struggling with his disability, right? We see him falling off his bike.
And then it's never mentioned
again, yeah, exactly. There's no continuity. Chris Chibnall's biggest problem is that he finds he cannot character develop and he cannot move a story along. He doesn't know how to move a story along, so he uses little gimmicks to move his story along. For example, there's a fella on YouTube, and I keep bringing it up because it is the most perfect example of what Chibnall his level is at. He uses countdowns quite a lot. Now, I'll bring that up quite a lot, but he does. 42 had a countdown in it.
He hasn't used the countdown, though.
Not in this one.
I completely agree with that.
There was actually a few countdowns, though, because, I mean, in the Ghost Monument, they had to get there to the place at a certain amount of time. There actually was a few countdowns, and he did it very cleverly this time. He didn't make it as obvious this time, but he just has no clue on how to develop a plot or to develop character arcs for characters and to develop individual stories. He is just not capable of doing it. The reason why it worked on Broadchurch, right, is because he had several writers. He wasn't just the main guy. This is where people get confused. Everybody needs to stop with this. And the same with the whole Torchwood thing. But he wrote Torchwood, that's brilliant. Yes, but he had RTD watching everything that he was doing. RTD was the executive producer? I don't know. I
Hold on.
I don't
RTD
know.
was the executive producer for Broadchurch.
Who?
RTD.
No,
Was the executive.
I think that was Chibnall. No, that's Chibnall's baby.
I mean, you know what would be great? To see RTD finally give a story for the 60th. That would be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a few things about the 60th, but I can't discuss them at the moment. But I shouldn't have really, I shouldn't have really even actually said that. But yeah, I've been told one or two things about.
I mean,
the idea is that
it would be nice for
I don't
want John Hurt's Doctor to be outcasted or not referenced again, but it would be nice to possibly have a 60th with the 9th, 10th, and 11th Doctor. Hopefully, Christopher Eccleston is up to doing a episode for the fans, just for this one time, for old time's sakes, with David and Matt and Peter. How can I forget Peter?
Look, can do one. I am not watching the 60th if Peter Capaldi isn't in it. I'm not watching it. If Peter Capaldi is not in it, it's another slap in the face for him, and they've ruined it. So if they don't get him back for the 60th, they can kiss my arse as far as I'm concerned. I'm done with Doctor Who. Then I'll be done. Wow. If they do not bring Peter Capaldi back for the 60th anniversary, I'm done with Doctor Who, because it's a blatant insult to the man.
They probably would have.
So unless they probably
would.
Yeah, they have to. They have to.
I mean, yeah, Peter is kind of growing old now, but he could still do the role quite well, since his Doctor wasn't a Doctor who used to jump around a lot.
Of course he could.
Yeah, jump a lot.
Of course he could.
And you know what? I don't know about you, but you know his final episode, Twice Upon a Time. I fucking loved it. It was absolutely perfect. There were so many good scenes in that episode, such as the scene where the first Doctor is learning who he's going to become.
I'm not. Hello? You know. Lots of people know my opinion on Twice Upon a Time. I'm actually quite harsh on Twice Upon a Time.
What do you think's wrong about it, mate?
Everything. The fact that it shouldn't even exist either, kind of annoys me even more, because the first Doctor. Don't get me wrong, right? I love David Bradley's interpretation, right? I've nothing against him. It was just the dialogue he was.
Was
given.
It because it was heavy on the?
Yeah, but it wasn't just that. It was the Daleks out of their casing and running around like little spiders and face huggers and stuff like that. It was just like, and then there wasn't really a threat there, like what Moffat actually did, something that Chris Chibnall was actually going to continue. Because Moffat for Twice Upon a Time actually did that. There was actually no real threat in that episode. They actually wanted help off the Doctor. But again, that episode should never have existed, because Chris Chibnall was supposed to do the Christmas special that year, but the little bitch decided that he wasn't going to do it because he had ran out of ideas. Because he hasn't got a brain. So Stephen Moffat felt... sorry, Ted, that's just the alarm. You know that goes off, buddy.
How's Ted doing?
Moffat basically was locked at a dinner party and says, I'll do the Christmas special, and was probably pissed when he wrote the script and we got that pile of shit. I'm sorry, but I just I don't mind if people like it, right? I really don't, but I absolutely hate that. I hate that episode. It was an insult to Will. I'm telling you, it was an insult as far as I'm concerned. It was an insult to Bill. Insult to Bill. I'm sorry. At the end of the day,
he didn't have much though.
What?
The thing about Bill didn't have much. I mean, if you understand where I'm coming from, during her time in series 10, all I can remember is her saying, "Oh, I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian." No offense, but she kept on repeating the phrase, "I'm a lesbian."
Yeah.
In every other episode.
I get you, yeah, but here's the thing, right? When you're writing a character like the Fourth Doctor, right? I don't care about Bill, right? That's the way to do it with today's characters, right? But this character was already an established character. You do not change that character's traits because you want to insert some sort of PC fucking lecture or whatever, or to highlight the fact that they were racist back in that time, right? The end of the day, Stephen Moffat actually got the two people confused. He got William Hartnell confused with the Doctor, right? Apparently, Bill was supposed to be a bit of a sexist and a bit of a, or whatever, right? That's fine in that day. You don't write the Fourth Doctor like that, because if you actually go back and watch the Fourth Doctor's episodes, he never actually really says anything like that at all. And if he does say something like that, wasn't every 5 fucking seconds, every word that came out, watch that episode again and watch every piece of dialogue, right? When he's talking to Bill or talking to them, right? Anytime he's talking to them, it's a sexist remark every time. Every time is a sexist remark, and I didn't like it. It was disrespectful, but I can understand. I can understand now, because you know why?
There was sexism in the 60s.
Yeah.
There was sexism in Doctor Who in the 60s, but it was very kind of subliminal. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't heavy. Like, you got the usual kitchen joke, you got the usual object joke, but it wasn't heavy in Doctor Who. You would probably get it once or twice in a season or something like that. They wouldn't really bring it up because they were trying to educate people on history, and that was their main goal.
Yeah, but that episode, it still doesn't sit, and it's been ages, still doesn't sit well with me. Still doesn't.
It's up to you, and I can completely understand.
I might change my mind, because it can happen. But right now, I'm still
By the way,
pissed about it. Go ahead.
It's up to you, man. If that's what makes you hate that, I'm on there. What do you think of the Doctor's fall? The Doctor Falls and the previous episode. Was it World Enough in Time? Yeah. What do you think of the series 10 finale? I thought it was quite good, quite well.
I did like this. I did like that story. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been great as a season starter. Obviously not with Peter dying, but I mean, he even had to change that thanks to Chibnall, because he had his ending. Apparently, he had a different ending altogether, and this is why I hate Chibnall even more now. The fact that he wouldn't, because he was that lazy, or he couldn't do the Christmas special. Stephen Moffat and Peter Capaldi. By the way, I just want to add to people that don't know, Peter Capaldi was already finished filming and was gone, right? Stephen Moffat rang Peter Capaldi up and asked him if he wanted to do a special, because Chibs decided that Christmas wasn't good enough for him. And the reason why Moffat did it was, and I read this article out, was because he didn't want to lose the Christmas spot for Doctor Who. Then what does Chibnall go and do a year later? The fucking plonker gives it up and gives us a New Year special, and then it gets the lowest ratings of any special, right? And then they tried to say, oh, well, it's because it was on New Year's. Well, then why didn't you put it on Christmas, you knob? Chris Chibnall.
I mean, Doctor Who should always be on Christmas.
Look, it's not the same. I'm sorry, people will agree with me here. Doctor Who and Christmas are one of the same. You can't have one without the other now. That's what we've been used to as fans, right? Chris Chibnall just wanted to do everything, just to change everything, because he just wanted to, look at me, look how diverse I am, look how different I am. Well, you screwed it up, you bleeding muppet. Sorry.
That's all right, mate. I want to talk about theory as well.
Right, go on.
Back in the Doctor Falls, you can remember the Master got shot. Master got not shot. Was it? Yeah, got shot by Missy before he went down in the lift.
Yeah.
Do you believe the Master didn't reject? Do you believe the Master survived after? Do you believe the Master survived after the lift and didn't regenerate into Missy?
No.
There was never a definitive answer.
No, I do think he regenerated, but if you're asking me if he regenerated into Missy, I'm going to say no. I don't think he regenerated into Missy. No.
I have a feeling he survived it, to be fair. He probably got back to his TARDIS somehow.
Right.
And from there, he left the Monda space station, and he tried to use some medicine or Gallifreyan magic. Well, yeah, Gallifreyan magic to fix himself up, because I can remember his back or something broke. I think that's what happened. But I don't think that's enough for regeneration to occur.
I don't know now, because he did say he was dying. I don't know. I do agree with you. I don't think he regenerated into Missy. There was another rumor, but it hasn't been like, nobody is taking it seriously. So apparently, one of the rumors, and it was very early on in the day, that apparently, because there was posters up of both sacks, and everybody thought that John Sim was going to make an appearance. Now that was ruled out pretty quick, right? But then the new thing was that the Master is coming back, but it's going to be played by a different actor. Now, when I heard that, I was like, okay, that could be possible. Also, by the way, might I add that Stephen Fry is actually going to make an appearance in Doctor Who. So I was making the point, and I'm just throwing this out there, and I'm not saying that he is, but how cool would it be if it turns out that Stephen Fry is the next Doctor? That would annoy everybody. That would annoy the Pro Jodie side, I swear. I'd love. That's why I'm just hoping the next actor that gets it, whoever is selected, is an older guy. Seriously, just to piss off that side of the fan base, right? Because then they'll be saying, an old guy can't be the Doctor. Well, you haven't watched the Doctor, you fools, because an old guy has always played the Doctor. Idiots.
I'm telling you right now, right here, if they don't do any LGBTQ with the Doctor and Yasmin, when the next Doctor comes, possibly a male, they're gonna make that Doctor a gay Doctor. They're gonna make that Doctor a gay Doctor with a male companion. I just bet you that it will happen.
And why is that acceptable in a family show, though? Why is that acceptable in a family show? This is a family show. Remember this. I don't mind watching that in a movie or something like that, because it's the movie, it's part of the plot with it. But what, Ted? You want? Ted has decided that he wants to be center of attention again. Come here. Now, there you are, Ted. Say hello to your audience. There. Now, do you all like a bit of Ted? Say hello, Ted. Now.
How are you doing, Ted?
Now. So, are you enjoying the conversation, Ted? Have you answered? Did you like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, Ted? Yeah.
Is that no?
That's a no. Watch this. Ted, do you like Peter Capaldi? Peter Capaldi. Right, so let me see. Pazadude is here. Nice to have you on board. And Milan Reviews is here as well. Welcome. Right, listen, as you know, every Monday we have the phone in chat, and we're going to be doing a Friday one as well, I suppose. So the only day that won't be the phone in is the Wednesday live stream. So if you want to come on again on Monday, Friday, no problem. I'll put you on the list now.
One final thing.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you think we should see more of John Sims, Master in Doctor Who? Master. Yeah.
Do I? Personally speaking, I think his Master story is kind of done. For me, I'd like a new actor in the role now. For me to play it, probably Andrew Scott, who played Moriarty in Sherlock, but then there'll probably be too much of a closeness there. So I don't know. Maybe I'd play a good Master, because I'm a bit of a psychopath, so I suppose I could play the Master well.
You probably are. Have a good one.
You too. Listen, come on again anytime, right? I'll put your name is down on this, so I have the names of the previous callers, right? So you're all down on the list. Okay. So anytime you want to come on, no problem. And nice having you on. Thanks for coming on.
It's been an honor.
No problem. Have you got a YouTube channel or Twitter that you want to give it? Is there anything?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, subscribe to The Last Time Lord.
There you go.
Right here.
Last Time Lord officially on YouTube. There you go. Check him out there. There you go. Right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one, mate.
All right, have a good one. Good
Right.
night.
Good night. Good night. Good night. And that was the Last Time Lord, everybody. So, 3 calls. 3 good, very good calls, actually. It was 3, isn't it? 3 third call. See, I'm even getting confused because it's so good. And look, 2 hours and 14 minutes in. Right. Next on my list, according to this, is Stephen Griffiths. If Stephen is still in the chat, please let me know. And thank you, the Last Time Lord, for coming on. I know some people have said that, you know, that he's getting a bit nervous, but again, Ted, I have to bring on my next caller, dude. I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait now. I have to bring on my next caller. This isn't the Teddy show. Oh my God. Right, for a few minutes. Stephen, I'll give you a call now in a second, but this little chap is actually crying to be on camera for a few minutes. So we're just going to give Teddy's 5 minutes of fame. The Last Time Lord says, I'm going to come back in 5 minutes when I can't hear my own voice. Oh, you're like me. You're like me. I hate that. So Teddy started crying because he wasn't getting on. So Teddy's acting like a little bit of a diva. So Ted, say hello to your audience. Hello. Hey. Now don't be looking at mommy. Here, you're supposed to be looking at the camera, man. You know what I mean? I'm losing subscribers because you're bleeding on this far. Get on. This show is all about me. Really messing. Right, we're gonna get me next guest on, and then we're gonna. If that is Dan still in the comments as well, by the way, because Dan wants to come on as well, and I wanted to get Dan on. So after Steve and Dan, are you still here, mate? I just want to see if Dan is still here. I don't see him. When was the last time, Dan? Has it? Damn. Oh no, he's here. He's here. I am, but I've got to get off, mate. I can make it next. Oh man. Right, Dan. It's a Monday. Come, if you're free Monday, come on, man. I'll bring you on for now because I was supposed to come on the podcast and all. So if you want to come on Monday. Yeah, Monday. If you want to come on Monday, I'll bring you on first Monday. We could talk for about a half an hour, 40 minutes because you were supposed to come on. If that's okay with you, let me know on Messenger, yeah? I'm sorry, Dan. The calls just went over a bit, but because they were great conversations. But that's what we want here, isn't it? Get you all engaged. This is what this channel is all about, seriously. So, and if you do like what you have heard tonight, please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and hit that notification bell. Please give us all the support that you can. And also, I don't know, you know me, I don't really like asking, but if you can share the group or share the channel, let people know aware that we're here. Try to get those subscribers up, because remember, we set the next goal, which is 1,000 subscribers, and I want to get there quick, double quick time, because I don't want to be looking up fighting big YouTubers. I want to be looking down at them. So let's dominate. Let's dominate, yeah. Right, I'm gonna bring on Stephen because Stephen has been waiting to come on as well. Yeah. I enjoyed the chat. It's been great. Give me a shout Monday and we'll catch up. I will indeed, mate. I will indeed. I will. I'll text you. Don't worry about that. You know I do. And my wife says she's looking forward to hearing you on Monday. Great stream tonight, says Paul. Thanks, Paul. I really appreciate that. And welcome, mate. Welcome. I forgot to say hello to you earlier. Seeing you popping up in the chat. I'm sorry if I'm not reading out the chats. as much as I normally do. But with this phone format, it's kind of, you know, when they're talking, I've interrupted a couple of times, and I don't want to be actually doing that. I want to let people talk, because I have a habit of doing that, according to the wife. So I just said I'll put that out there. So Stephen is next. So I'm about to ring Stevie O. Right. And I'll just read out Dan's comment because he said something nice there. I'm happy to be here to support the channel. Whatever. It's getting better by the week, down to the three of you. Thanks very much. I will get Cheryl more involved anyway. There was a plan for Cheryl to start reading out some of the comments. So we'll get what we'll do is for the next one, we'll obviously every time we do this we're perfecting it. So what we'll do is while I'm talking to people, then we take a little pause. Then I'll get Cheryl then to read out some of the comments and stuff. And then obviously he's all like Teddy, and I'll throw him in the stream as well. I'm glad how you all love Cheryl and Teddy, and nobody says that they love me. Like I feel kind of. I know, yeah. I'm just, you know. Right, I'm about to ring Stephen, and you do all know I'm messing anyway. Now, this be interesting. Hold on, am I ringing the right Stephen? Is it Steve? Yeah, it is the right Stephen. Jesus, for a minute there, I even thought I was ringing the wrong Stephen. Right, Stephen, I'm gonna try ring you again there. Sorry, if you're still available. There we go. We should be. Can you hear me?
Hello?
How are you?
I can hear you. My video stopped. You're not moving anymore.
Yeah, there seems to be, do you know, I've noticed that actually over the last couple of weeks, there seems to be an issue with people's videos.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, could you do us a little favor and just turn down the volume on your computer, because I'm getting a bit of feedback.
How's that?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you now. That's perfect. Perfect. All right, Stephen, the floor is yours. Go ahead. What would you like to talk about?
Well, what would I like to talk about? Well, probably creative integrity, I suppose, if I had to sum it up. Sticking to a recipe that works, maybe, but I don't know. Due to the way I rant about things, I'll probably take the long way around, and that's a pun intended as well. I don't know, like.
Well, we'll simplify
my
it then.
sound's going absolutely crazy here.
Jodie Whittaker's performance. What did you make of Jodie Whittaker's performance during Series 11?
Right. Well, Jodie's performance. Well, I don't know where to start really with that. I really don't. You see, I never watched the episodes. I watched all the reviews. I watched all the, like Nerdrotic. I watched False Trek. I watched all of them.
Right.
And basically, I kind of, know what you were saying about boycotting.
Mm.
Well, basically, that's what I did. Boycotting means to deny the viewer rating, so that's what I did. But because I watched all the all the episodes in that, not one of them really shone to me as being, oh yeah, I want to go and watch that episode.
Right. Every
review that I listened to, even elements of where they would say, well, like Graham was good, or Tuz and Cole was good. Bradley Cooper. It's Bradley Cooper, not Bradley Cooper. Bradley Walsh, Bradley Cooper. I can imagine him being quite decent, but even him, he didn't kind of, drive me to watch even a few minutes of Whittaker. I got so much anger about how they've actually treated this show. It's just unreal.
Yeah. No disrespect. I mean, no respect.
One thing that I did want to actually talk about.
Go on.
Really. Sorry, am I talking over you? See, my sound's going crazy. I'm getting extreme delays.
Yeah, see, I can still kind of hear your computer in the background. So just, if you can just, just use your phone and pretend you're having a phone conversation instead of actually waiting for the computer to catch up. Do you know what I mean? Because the computer is behind at the moment. So, why are you bringing him out? I bring him out at 1. Okay, go ahead. She's bringing the dog out. I always bring him out at 1, but she's letting me away with that one. Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Can you still hear me? All right?
I can hear you. I can hear you perfect. You're actually coming through quite clear. I think it's just there's a bit of a delay because are you watching on the computer? Or is that what you're doing?
I've actually removed the video.
Right.
I'm just talking to you, basically.
Right, I can hear you perfect, mate. Everybody can hear you as well, as far as I'm aware.
Right. Okay. Well, basically, right. Casting our minds back, right, to when the news of Jodie broke. I had a friend, and this is something I wanted to initially talk about, but I didn't know whether to or not. And it all ties in with creative integrity and, sticking to a recipe that works and all that business. But basically, casting our minds back to when the news of Jodie broke, I had a friend who was and still is part of the Doctor Who Today group.
Right.
And I think we're all aware of that group, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she was originally anti-Chimble, and, she was, became a pro-Jodie, and, not only that, but she and others began effectively bullying people I know, and I know that you know. I'm not going to mention any names, but, we know them, and talking about them behind the back, and myself included. And, we all know what they're like, and we know they're not worth wasting our breath on, but there was one statement that I found that was used constantly by these blinker cockwombles that really started pissing me off.
Go on.
And it was, it's something that's been talked about way back. We dealt with this and we moved on, but it's something that grates on me every time. And I watch your stream and whatnot all the time, and this goes through my head every time I watch it, even though it's never really touched on anymore. It's just that, it is touched on because it's all about the Doctor being male, but the actual sentence is, it's not been said in the show at all that the Doctor is male. Now, I just want to start here by countering every person who's ever said that statement by saying they're blatantly, foolishly, and completely wrong. I've used an analogical example with people before in that same group, in different channels, directly to them in personal messages, trying to get this across to them, and they just seem completely incapable of seeing the facts in front of them. They're the perfect example of cognitive dissonance, in my opinion. Like the example I use is picture this scene. Okay, there's a man. Okay, a man sitting on the sofa in front of a TV. Right, another man's in the kitchen cooking dinner. What's your first thought? Okay, your first thought, the majority of us will also suspect something, like they're a couple, but we'll hold back for more information. Let's say the guy in the kitchen comes through, glances at the TV a moment, and then comes up behind the guy on the sofa, hugs him, kisses him on the cheek, and then goes back to the kitchen. Now that would be an affirmation that your initial suspicions are correct. Now, go further than saying the guy on the sofa had a pride badge on, but the point's being made.
No, I know what you're trying to say,
Yeah. Did either of those men verbally say anything? They didn't. Did they have to?
No.
As rhetorical as the questions are, I'm going to go on and answer them anyway. No, they didn't. They didn't have to talk about them at all because the description of the scene, that visual narration of their actions speak volumes. And I mean, we could have one guy approach the other and verbally say, I'm homosexual. In a relationship with the other, but that would be insulting to the viewer, and the audience doesn't require this level of hand-holding. Now, taking that back to Doctor Who, right, the simple question of, did they ever say in the show that the Doctor was a male alien? Well, a resounding bloody hell yes. Verbally they didn't, because like I just said, that would be completely insulting to the audience, but half a fucking century are regenerating 12 consecutive times, 13 if you count John Hurt, the viewers don't need telling that the protagonist is a male alien. It simply goes without saying, and that's the key thing. It goes without saying, and that's all it is. Basic logic and common sense. So, like, you know, if anyone saying that the show never said that the Doctor's male, they're just imbeciles. You know, any drama, not just Doctor Who, any drama, right?
Yeah.
That was just verbally, if it's just about what's verbally said, then, you know, that's just one hell of a shallow industry, you know, and it goes on. It goes on. You know, I'm sorry if I'm, you know, I'm not letting you talk here. But
No. This is bleeding brilliant. Do you know what? You've hit the nail on the head, though. You've actually hit the nail on the head. Keep going, though.
Yeah. Well, like, what they say next is, well, they say, like, well, who says Doctor Who can't be a woman? People would write to the BBC and complain if they thought it was that crazy. Well, I'm sorry, but the show itself, again, like I say, half a fucking century of background lore. You know, then you got the years of telling the audience that he's a man by having him regenerate 12 times, you know, into a male. That whole thing, you know, goes without saying thing. Mm-hmm. Then you got the episode, the classic Who, where it stated he'll become a new man with regards to regeneration. Then you got like a new Who, where the 10th.
Yeah, he says he's a coming.
He said, even if I do change, it still feels like dying. A new man saunters away, and I'm dead.
Yeah.
A new man saunters away. But the big one. The big one is Capaldi's episode of Listen, right? Where we see the Doctor as a young boy.
Yeah.
Right? There's the personal pronouns in that. Him, he, not just said by everyone, you know, to the kid in the bed. You know, that makes him a male Gallifreyan long before he became a Time Lord. You know, when you say all of this to them, and they suddenly become ignorant. Cognitive dissonance again. The great thing about the role, it has no limits. You know, but fucking hell, yes, it does. As with any cult show, as long-standing characters with a development story structure, you're guided by the boundaries of law of what went before. The limits are the limits of what they're talking about. They say they've got no limits. Is fucking limits. The limits are the historical building blocks of what made the character over 50 years, and to express that it has no limits is sheer fucking ignorance. It really is. Honestly, you know, like I said, I've never watched season 11, you know, and I've got no intention of, you know, but as I say, I watched Bolt Strike, I watched Nerdrotic, watched them all, and you know, boycotting thing, like I said, what you said before, you know, it's basically what I've done. I've stuck to my guns, you know, but you can see by every review that the people have made, that, like, you know, the political feminist SCW agenda is blatant. It's so blatant. It's just unreal.
Yeah.
And I made a list, and I'm going to read out this list.
Right.
Right. There's each of the 10 episodes. Right. Episode 1. Right. Episode 1, the one about the female empowerment, where men are made to look weak, feeble, and incompetent in order to make women look strong. Episode 2, the one about female empowerment, where men are made to look stupid in order to make women look intelligent. Episode 3, the one about discouraging racism, where all white Americans are made to look racist and black Britons are made to know nothing about black history. Episode 4, the one about Donald Trump and American capitalism. Episode 5, the one about female empowerment, where a weak and feeble pregnant man gives birth, while all people in authority or in services which are run by men are portrayed as being incompetent and deliberately putting people's lives at risk. Episode 6, the one about tolerance, and where the British Empire and Hindus are made to look evil so that Muslims can look good, and where a group of misunderstood perverts travel through time to get their kicks watching people they don't know die, because snuff videos are only two-dimensional. Episode 7, the one attacking Amazon and online retailers, making out capitalism is so bad that consumers deserve to be blown up for engaging in it. Episode 8, the one about female empowerment, again, where men are evil for discriminating against women in past times, for not treating them as equals and persecuting them as fucking witches. Episode 9, the one about female empowerment. This is getting repetitive, where single fathers are made to look evil for not looking after their children properly, and where a pervert that deceives people by telling them lies, making itself look like something that isn't, so that I can go home with them and enjoy the company, and then is befriended by the Doctor after appearing to her as a talking fucking frog. Okay, episode 10, Right, the one where a pair of accomplices who willingly assisted in and carried out mass genocide on a planetary scale are led off by the Doctor, when there's not so much as a slap on the wrist because they're only following someone else's orders despite being intelligent enough to know fucking better. Well, I'm sorry, Chidden-Balls and fucking Whittaker. No, get the fuck out, get the fuck home, give me my show back. End of.
That is absolutely fucking brilliant. You know what? I'm actually going to get that part of that video. I'm going to make a small video of the whole fucking... This... Hold on, Stephen, because you have to hear this, right? The reaction to that, just what you're after putting out there. Listen to this, right? You're going to love this. Stephen is perfect. This is brilliant. Stephen Griffiths, you made a list, ha ha ha. I won't be watching season 12. Take that to the bank. I'll probably head after this call ends. Near the Holic says, Stephen, we are not worthy bells. Hoy, there's a 004. Stephen, yes. He that says, Stephen, you rock, babe. Unknown 289. I agree with everything Stephen Griffiths is saying. This is amazing. I agree. Everybody.
The thing is, all I'm saying, though, is the fact that what everyone has actually been saying all this time.
I know, but you've actually put it all in it.
Everything you've been saying, it's everything that Bolstech's been saying, it's everything that people have been saying in the chat itself.
I know.
We can see this. It's common sense.
Yeah.
Everything is common sense. It's not rocket science.
No.
It's like, and yet for some reason, well, you know what reason is? It's just cognitive dissonance. Cock nuggets, but they refuse to actually take on board the fact that oh God, I give up.
Do you know what, man? I'm ending. This call is just I know this is just one of the best calls I've had.
Right. Well, just want to say I'm really appreciate being on the Teddy show. So it's really good.
No problem, and Teddy is here too. Teddy, he likes being on your show.
Yeah. It's good. I'm glad Teddy has you on every now and then. It's cool. It's good to see Teddy's sidekick every now and then.
That's it. Oh, he's got me. Okay, I won't mention that. Okay.
Hello, Beth. Hello, Cheryl. I forgot to say hello to you. I just came on and ranted. I'm sorry.
You've got to read the comments.
You've got to read your comments, man. You have to tell you. I think you're going to go viral.
Yeah, Teddy doesn't even want to follow this.
Seriously, especially after I do a little edit of your video and put it up, because I'm actually going to, after this video goes up, I'm actually going to download the video. And I'm going to edit out the part where you've actually done your part, and I'm going to put it up all over for people to hear. Because in fairness, because look, everybody is saying what you're saying, but you put it all in one list and you put it plainly. You know what I mean? It's factual as well, what you've said, and it will show everybody. No, seriously, man, this call has been sensational, actually. Do you know what? I've been very lucky since I've started this. I've had some great callers on every time I've done it. And this is why I want to do it, because fans like you, man, this is why I do it. Fans like you have a right to have your say, and for everybody else out there. Is there anything else you would like to say? Because to be honest with you, I could listen to you all night, but obviously that's not going to happen. But is there anything else you would like to say?
Well, I could go on forever on various things, and I would just go off into tangents, and I would take you off into tangents with me, and you'd just be like, everyone would be quiet, and I'd be talking about so many things and about Doctor Who, and I go off into Star Wars, and I go off into other elements of geekdom that really, I'd end up getting a sore throat myself, and I've run out of coffee here.
That's why you're high on the coffee. I'm on the man. Look, I'm drinking that stuff to try. That's how I stay monster.
Yeah. No, but my favourite Doctor. There you go. My favourite Doctor is. I grew up with my first Doctor I ever saw was John Pertwee.
Right.
But I was far too young to kind of
understand.
Take anything on board. Then so my first one was Tom Baker, and it always has been and always will be.
Nice.
Tom Baker. You just can't beat the man. I'm sorry. He's a Scouser like myself. What do you think of my accent, by the way? I'm a Scouser. Do I sound like a Scouser?
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that being a Manchester United fan. Please tell me you support Everton and not Liverpool.
Well, you see, the thing is, I was brought up in a house that was full of sport.
Right.
And it's a bit like smoking. You go either one way or the other. You know, it was a chimney as well. Everyone smoked, and I don't smoke.
Right.
You know, my dad was Liverpool supporter. My nan was, and my granddad was Everton. My mum was Everton. I hate sport. I fucking hate sport. Every element of sport, you can keep it. What I would do if anyone who actually played sport, I would have it so that they got arrested. I would lock them up. I would, honest to God, seriously, play football in the street, knife in the ball, get the fuck in, don't play on a game. What's got to do? You know. Seriously.
Oh my God, you're brilliant. Come on, do you know what? I've actually decided that you're so good that you actually need an episode of your own. So we're gonna do a pre-record as well, man. I'm gonna stick that up on the channel. Next week somehow we'll organise something, me and Stephen will, and we will get a podcast up with just the two of us, and we will just two mad psychopaths talking about Doctor Who and all that.
It'll come across like two grumpy old men moaning about stuff.
Ah, well, here, that's what we get called. It's only grumpy old men that hate Doctor Who. But you know what, like, we get Yvette on, but if there's any other ladies that would like to come on so we can balance it out and show this fandom that it's not just grumpy old men, as Stephen says, that doesn't like this era. If there's any other women out that do subscribe to this channel, and if you'd like to come on and have a little bit of a chat, yeah, come on, Andy.
I'd just like to say, Paul Bryant has just said the Scouse accent. I just noticed the chat thing. Scouse accent is great on a woman. Just saying. It kind of depends, Paul. It really depends on the type of woman that you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about like the standard, you know, Scouse girl who's like, you know,
I'll just let him take over now for the last few minutes. Go ahead.
With the peroxide curls, you know, that's what people say, you know. And if you're thinking about like the old show Bread, remember Bread? Oh God, Bread was full of Manchester people trying to be Scousers. And now I've just suddenly realised I'm taking over the show. Sorry, go on, Noel. Back to you.
I love this guy. I really do. I love him. Oh man. Now listen, I'm gonna arrange with you, right? So after this live stream, I'll arrange with you to get you on, and we'll do one during the week, man. Because this is comedy gold. This is just this is just that's brilliant. Fun. And listen, thanks for coming on. And I mean, you have to put the smile on everybody's face, but you've been bang on about everything that you said. Seriously. Mm-hmm. And you've put it in a way that even the Jodie Whittaker supporters can understand.
That's fine. I don't mind putting smiles on everyone's faces, but you see, like, you know, it's because I've got like this inner comedian, and I'm just crying inside.
Go on, you matty. Right, Stephen. You know. I will talk to you. For fuck's sake, man. I can't. Right, I'm going. Oh, hey, a lot of people have said you should set up your own YouTube channel. I actually agree with that. I do have a YouTube account. I just don't have like what you got. I don't have this. You know. Well, what I tend to do, I do a lot of like Photoshop stuff. Yeah.
And you know, a lot of like you know, video. Yeah. This is the first time ever that I've gone on and talked to someone online.
Oh, thanks. Well, then I feel really grateful that you've chosen this place to come on. So I really appreciate it.
Exclusive.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I know you said you don't want to watch Series 12 though, but you know what? I think you'd be perfect to review Series 12 with me.
Oh God, know what? If I watch season 12, no, it'd be like bloody what's his face? What's his name? Oh God. Idiot Abroad guy.
We love Carl. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's she wearing now? Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, no. He's doing that. Oh, my God. Right, go on. I'm gonna let you go. Right, listen, I'll text you after this live stream. We'll organise something. But you have been a legend. So thank you for coming on.
No problem. Right.
Say goodbye.
Bye, Teddy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You
Bye.
have to end it now because she can't follow that.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's still there. Look.
So great.
Oh my God.
Seriously,
Look at.
and you can't even follow.
Listen. I'm not going to take any more calls now, because obviously that's the perfect way, that call to end, the calls for the night. Oh my God. Do you know what? Since I started these phone-ins, right, I've been very lucky. I've had really, really struck gold with this, I think. And you are all starting to join in. And Stephen, take a bow, mate. That is just that what, 20 minutes? That 20 minutes has been the funniest 20 minutes that I've had in 2.5 years since watching that abomination of Doctor Who. Seriously, so thank you. And I'm serious about that, doing that podcast. And you know what? I know you're not keen on watching Series 12, but you would be perfect to do reviews with me on that. Seriously, because you just have a way of making, turning something bad into comedy. Go, oh, brilliant. Seriously, Stephen, well done. And everybody's saying it, legend, mate. Seriously, I am. After this live stream's finished, the video goes up, I am going to download, and I will put Stephen's epic rant up, right? And what I want you to do when I do put it up on YouTube, right, I want you to share it everywhere. And I mean everywhere, right? YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever Doctor Who sites, on whatever social media outlet that you can do it on, do it, right? This video, seriously, this has been one hell of a live stream tonight. And look, it's still 35 people watching. I mean, I know that doesn't sound much to most people out there, but for a channel this small, and I mean, Cheryl will tell you what, 2 weeks ago we were only hitting 12 if we were lucky. You know what I mean? I'm really grateful for everybody. Seriously, really grateful for everybody for supporting me. And Steve, I just still can't get off of that. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, that was something else. Seriously. I thought I was funny and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But holy shit, man. Holy shit. I'm being honest, this has been the best stream that I've had. And you know what? See that again though, and I'm gonna point this out because I think it is very relevant, right? Because you have other YouTubers out there that attack this side of the fan base and say that we're the toxic ones, right? And they say, you know, all the usual stuff. I think tonight's live stream has actually proven that we've got some very level-headed people. We've also got very intelligent people. And we've also proved tonight that we've got some of the funniest people in the fandom on this live stream. It's been, seriously, I can't believe how well this is at the go. When I said to Cheryl I was thinking of doing calls, Cheryl actually thought it was a good idea, and I wasn't too sure. And Cheryl was the one then that kind of like said, "No, go for it if you want to go," because I was having second thoughts. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad she's changed my mind. I should listen to her more often because she's always spot on. What? Yeah, I know, but like I was giving you a compliment there now. Could you not like say, yeah, exactly, instead of having a little dig in like you always do? I did see, because there was a couple of people that have joined late. So even though you have Extra Spice Mikey, hello, nice to have you here, buddy. I'm just naming and Not My Doctor Who is here as well. Who else have we got? I've seen a couple of other names there as well. I think Inaps and X was here as well, if I'm correct. And that was it, wasn't it? The last couple. Yeah. If I've missed anybody, I am sorry. Listen, obviously phone ins, and I'm not reading the chat as much as I normally do. So for the last 10 minutes, actually, if Cheryl would. No. Come on, read out some of the chat there now. Come on. Over here. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's all about how Stephen was. Come on, people want to hear the chat. Come on. Read the chat there. So Cheryl is going to read out some of the old chatteroo. Here, Cheryl, take the old earphones there.
Oh, Ted is so
It's
upset.
okay, go on. Yeah, I'll move the laptop over.
Not my Doctor Who. You're a funny Noel, but I think you have just found your comedy partner. Gotta get the earphones in. Paul Bryant. No, quality over quantity. A lot of those big channels are too big. Too much craziness. Good night, Yvette. We loved having you on. You're so great. Stephen, I'm still like wiping tears from my eyes from laughing. Geek named Joel Bloody Icon. Let's see. Extra Spice Mikey, Legend Mate, Unknown 289, Stephen, You Are God Now Hail, The Last Time Lord, 20 Minutes of Heaven, Rocket Runner, Superb, Stephen, Truly Superb. Stephen is a legend and just put SJW fans in their place from The Last Time Lord. Not My Doctor Who. Take a bow, Stephen. That was awesome. Milan reviews. Better than anything we would ever hear on BBC Radio. Unknown 289. Stephen Griffiths, get your own comedy show, please. Paul Bryant, epic rant. Play this rant for the BBC brass. I'm just going to say from my perspective, it was brilliant. It was hilarious. I'm sorry I missed the very beginning part, having to take Ted out, but I will definitely be listening to it again. I think that was great being able to have everyone. So that's really all I'm going to do now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. See, that's Ted telling me he wants to be the star. So that's look. We'll obviously refine it a little bit better. Obviously because the calls were so great. But listen, if I don't want people to feel, because like some people have said, you've missed me comment and stuff like that, and I understand you take the time to write a comment, but I hope you still understand when we get nights like this, especially nights where the phone calls are pretty brilliant. Let's be honest. That what I'll do from now on is right. What I'll do is I'll take a phone call. Right, we'll set a limit. Right, and then we'll get Cheryl to read out a couple of the comments, and then I'll take the next call. Read out a couple of comments and take the next call, because I don't want anybody feeling left out on this channel. Because I try my best to read as many comments as I can. And of course, if you have a YouTube channel, or you have any other little side project that you do that you want to promote, no problem whatsoever. Okay. Stephen should be a resident guest on your channel if he's got the time for it. I agree. We're going to have Yvette on as well every Friday. She's going to do the sciencey stuff, sciencey talk. So yeah, maybe we should get a few resident guests on, regular guests, along with newer guests as well. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Look, at the end of the day, I've said this to you from day one. This is not just my channel. This is your channel as well, right? So if you have any suggestions, that's fine. Cheryl did make me aware that a few of you have been asking, want me to do classic, and I know Peter Davison and others have asked me to do that. Also, I've been sent a lot of email these last couple of weeks. So this weekend, anybody that sent me anything to read or to listen to, I will do it over this weekend. Also, actually, I might as well add that the last game, part 2, I have received to obviously listen to. So I'm getting a sneak preview like I did for the first one. So I've got that to listen to as well. Black Glove Studios, I have spoke to them to try get them on. The last time they were supposed to come on, something came up. So Again, I've reached out to them as well. I've also reached out to the guest that was supposed to come on tonight. So again, next week is going to be very, very, very bleeding busy. I might have to stick an extra live stream in somewhere, and Cheryl gives me the daggers because she thinks 3 is good enough. You know.
Next week is a special day.
Yeah, next week is our birthday, so I'll do a stream on our birthday. You know, just to prove a point that you know, it's a birthday. Do you know what I did for my birthday? Right, I had to share my birthday with my dog. Yeah, right. That's what I had to do for my birthday. Yeah. But I did. I have to say, Cheryl looked after me very well for my birthday. She made me feel like a king. Yeah, and Teddy also. Like I got some nice presents too. So that's what it's all about, isn't it? The presents. It's your birthday. Give me present. I'm 40. We need to figure out a group phone call for your live stream now, although I think Stephen would steal the show. LOL. Come here now. Don't be getting ahead of yourselves here, right? I'm the resident comedian on this channel. I'm only messing. No, listen, we will come up with a better system because I don't like this system at the moment. But we will come up with a better one. I actually have a set of speakers there, whereas I don't have to keep holding the phone and it doesn't cut out all the time. So I might use the speakers and see if that works out better. Steve, your call will be on the page ASAP when Noel posts it. Noel, you don't look a day over 39. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know. I actually look like a young 40-year-old, don't I? You know? Do you know what? Give you a laugh. About 2 years, maybe 3 years ago, I wanted to, see what the old nightclub scene was like again. Walk up to the door and the bouncer says, "Yeah, any idea?" Says, "Are you joking? I'm 30 bleeding, whatever." Right? And he goes, "That you don't look it." And I got refused. It felt good. But at the same time, I was pissed off because I wanted to see what the club was like. Yeah. The last game, part 2, is not available yet, but the last game is up on YouTube. But check them out on Twitter. They're on Twitter under Black Glove Studios. And they have the link on their page. It's under a different yoke on YouTube, and I can't think of the name of it. But if you go to Black Glove Studios on Twitter, you will get part 1. It's an hour and what did I say? An hour and a half, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. But it's actually very good. It's a fan. It's not for any money or anything like that. They're doing it because they're genuine fans. And I'm being honest with you, you have lately seen all these fan things being out there. I think I watched the Dalek Tales, the experiment. Someone did actually ask me what I thought of it. Then I came across an article and then I said, you know what? I'm going to sit down and watch it. And it was actually very good. I mean, look, the animation is better than anything BBC has produced, and this is fan made. So it goes to show you if BBC get the right people in place, especially when it comes to the animations, I hate the way they throw out the animations and they leave scenes out of some, and some have problems and all this crap. And I'm sorry, I know people say, that the DVD or Blu-rays do have problems. It's 2019. How long is the Blu-ray is out? I mean, if they still have problems, then they shouldn't be using Blu-ray. It's as simple as that. Noel, you keep calling me Noah, like Noah's Ark. Noah. Do you check big YouTubers' background to see if they are doxers to their fans and all before collaborating with them? Like, I mean, what do I look into big YouTubers? No, I mean, like, why? I mean, the big YouTubers that I follow, like Ballstrick, Neurotic, Doomcock, all those guys are pretty honest guys. I've had conversations with these guys privately. Also, when they've been doing their live streams, I've gotten them mentioned on their live streams. I mean, look, I'm not saying that there isn't YouTubers out there. There might be YouTubers out there that do that kind of stuff, but the ones I've spoken to most generally are okay. You might get one or two that you come to them and you ask them something and they look at you. Well, they don't look at you, but they reply back to you as if to say, "Well, who the hell are you?" The sort of attitude. Whereas it doesn't matter whether you have a big YouTube channel or a small YouTube channel. I will always promote it. I mean, look, that's how my channel was able to get where it's at, from people helping me out as well. You know what I mean? And I know that. So, Noel, you will save us from the flood with 2 of each animal. Yeah, no, yeah, no. I got Noel's Ark. I got that. Yeah, I'm not a religious guy, so I don't believe in that crap. Just leave them all. I'm all for myself. So if anything like that was happening, sure, leave Cheryl and Ted here and I'll be gone. Because they slow me down, you see. And you know what they say, it's all men for the, someone talked about the Titanic, right? About going back to it, but this is the thing, right, about me and the Titanic, right? So if I was on that ship, right, and he said women and children, forget the boat, get up women and children first. I don't want to die. I'm getting on the boat. Feck you. The feckers had their little dogs and all on the boat. Get the feck. Throw that dog overboard. They can swim. He'll swim to a boat. Don't be looking at me like that. She doesn't like when I talk about dogs like that. No, look into using the Zoom app. It's very good for live streaming. I have Zoom. I actually have it, believe it or not. I've also got Skype as well. I don't know why I actually don't use Zoom. I think it has some limitations though. But I do have it, believe it or not. I use it when I was on the live stream with Dan, the Type Over 40. They did a podcast and we were on that. Noel, you should take advantage of Series 12 reviews. Since the last time, Lord. Harry Moving Castle is quite a good Doctor Who YouTuber, says Unknown289. Extra Spice Mikey, Noah's Ark. At least Noah had an ark, unlike Chibnall. Extra Spice Mikey, I love it. Right, last couple of comments here. I would love to take all the Big Finish audios and adapt them to screen, sliding the good ones into TV canon, particularly Gallifrey, and make it a political drama about what? Says Stephen Griffiths. I can confirm that here, says the Last Time Lord, and Unknown289 says the flood prophesied in every religion, even outside religion, is prophesied about, but I'm not a religious person. I'm sorry if that offends people, but I don't believe in a creator. No, it's my opinion. She's saying no. I'm telling you out straight. No, I don't believe in religion, so I'm going to say it. That's the way this chat. This is why I don't like you out here, because you keep pointing stuff out to me. This is me. I don't like religion. I'm going to say it. If it insults anybody, I don't care. Seriously, I don't. I'm not worried about other people's feelings. I don't believe in religion, right? If people are offended by that, I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion, right? And everybody in the comments agrees with me. So stop. See, this is why I'm with Noel on this. Cautious are religion sucks. There you go. But that's just my opinion. If people have religious beliefs, I'm not belittling your religious beliefs. I just don't believe in it. It's as simple as that. And by the way, if you look at most of the wars that have started on this planet, they've all started off with some religious feckin' conflict and something, and then it's escalated. So religion has done nothing but actually cause chaos to the world. I know people out there will disagree with me, and that's your right. And you have the right to a different view, just like I have the right to my view. So, yeah. I don't believe in effing white male creating the earth. Radical feminists would go psychotic. Well, yeah, we don't know what God is supposed to be. So yeah, I mean, you're told when you're very young. It's like you're told the earth is very when you're young. You're told all these things when you're young. And the choice is made for you, by the way. Someone actually made the point to me earlier on. You know, you don't have a choice in what religion you are. You know, your parents kind of make that decision for you. They're the ones that get you baptized and all this. So as an adult, then you can make up your own mind and make up your own formulations, and that's what it is to be human, and that's what it is to have independent thought and do all that. So you know what? I honestly can't be fucked if I actually offend anybody. That's just the way I am. All right. I have different views on religion. I have different views on gun violence, and I have different views on all different issues. That's what makes it all unique and different. Because if we were all to think the same way, it'd be boring. The world would never move forward. Yeah, I'm not going to bring up. Yeah, I know they are hot topics, but there's only one way. There's only one way to kind of quell that. Is basically say, listen, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. We're going to agree. We're going to agree to disagree. I'll leave it at that. And they're incapable of doing that. You just knock them out. Simple. And then you won. God is ourselves. We are creator, says Super John. Group think it a bad thing, but I agree. Exactly. Knew there was something there. Am I missing the whole conversation thread there? Because none of this makes. Oh, I am. Right, listen. I'm going to end the stream there because we've gone over the 3 hours. And I can feel the wife's eyes now going through my soul, you know, being ginger. You know, she's going to take me away. By the way, if you don't see me, if you don't hear from me in the next few minutes, then you know that she's had to throw me out the window or something. Yeah. So like, it'll be the Cheryl and Teddy show on Monday. If there's a big bleeding ass spider going across that floor. Oh my God! Ted said, "Oh my God! Did you see the size of that? Oh, that is huge. I hate fucking spiders." Ted, did you get it? Oh, did you get it? Did you get it? Man, get ready. It's going to crawl out from under you. I hate spiders. It's under the chair. It's under the chair. It crawled under. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go because I have to deal with a spider because I won't be able to sit in this bleeding sitting room if there's this fucking spider in here. Where are they coming? That's all them windows being left open. I'm going to close all the windows. I'm going to go. I'll talk to you all soon. I will have the Stephen Griffith's rant. Well, we won't call it rant. We will call it an epic description of everything that's wrong with Doctor Who. Arachnids in Dublin. Yeah, except this is actually fucking exciting because I'm freaking out. Oh, see? I'm freaking. Right, I'm going to go. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. If anything breaks in the meantime, you know me, I'll do a video. I'll be around anyway with a couple of more videos and stuff. And the cartoon team seem to be going down well with some people as well. So I'll whack up one or two of them as well. Right, good night. God bless. Talk to you all on we're on Friday now. I will talk to you all on Monday. That's the plan. But I'll talk to you all soon. Oh my God, that was a big ass. That's a big ass spider.